We're gonna fight through it.
I ain't never switch, I was raised in the lion's den, standing on truth. I don't follow, I inspire men, loyal to the code, got the wisdom of 1,000. Every move I make for the fam, that's the fountain. Built from the struggle, integrity in my spine. Character solid, you can read between the lines. Talk what I live, they respect me when I speak. Name, hold weight in the west, in the east. Lessons from the block got me sharp like a blade. Made it out the fire, but the flame never fades.
What's going on, everybody? Coming up in here.
I don't shake, I don't run. I'm too much. I'm
hit that like button.
Everybody know me. Too much. When you see me on the street, too much. I be on TikTok. Too much.
Always standing on business.
Too much.
Everybody know me.
Too much. When you see me on the street, too much.
I'll be on TikTok. Always standing on business.
Legacy on my back, I don't bend, I don't fold. Too much to name, but I never do the most. Principles embedded, they don't come with a cost.
I took every L like a boss, never lost.
Talk to the youth like a prophet in the street. Every bar is a jewel, every line is elite. Got the aura of a king, calm, never loud. But when I step in the room,
I still move the crowd.
Sticking to the code, I don't break, I create. Everything I built from the ground, now it's great. Said I couldn't do it, now I'm living what I said. I'm too much, lead with heart, not just brain.
Everybody know me.
Too much. When you see me on the street, too much.
I be on TikTok.
Too much. Always standing on business. Too much. Everybody know me. Too much. When you see me on the street,
Too much.
I
be on TikTok.
Too much. Always
Standing on business.
Too much. Mirror never lie, I reflect what's divine. Discipline the fuel, got my purpose in line. They imitate the stance, but the soul ain't matching.
I do it for the bloodline, never for the caption. Too much. Come on up in here, y'all.
I'm the echo of the struggle, still risen. Woke in my thoughts, still humble in my deeds. Planting righteous seeds while the world just feeds. Eyes on the prize, but my mind in the stars. Blueprint in my palms, no facade, no fraud. Speak truth in the world full of fiction.
Man fronts, I'm too much. I'm the future they want.
Everybody knows when you see me on the street, too much. I be on TikTok, too much. Always
Standing on business.
too much.
Everybody know me. Standing tall for the lineage. Y'all come on in, hit that like button. We're about to get started. We are about to get started. Hit that like button. It's going down today. If y'all know what happened yesterday, y'all know what happened yesterday. But we back at it. We ain't gonna stop. We ain't gonna stop. So y'all excuse me. I'm supposed to start 40 minutes ago, but I'm here. We about to get into it. Let's talk about, I want to go a little deeper now. Into this media propaganda machine. I want to go a little deeper into the media propaganda machine. I want to go into how the media is it's against us. It's not just against foundationals. It's not just against foundational Black Americans. It's against all Americans. It has a job. I want to get into that, man. I want to discuss that. Before we get started, just in case they try to take the live down, follow me over to the X platform. Let me, I don't know if I could type in my X platform right now because they got this thing already starting out funny. Usually I got a bigger screen than this. But just in case, let me see if I could type it out. Just in case something funny happens, I want y'all to follow me over to the X. If you're not following me, I want you to follow me on X. Follow me on X. Follow me under this platform, Unusual Ones. Okay, I can't pin it. I can't pin comments. But if y'all see that comment right there, if the platform gets taken down, I'm going straight over to the X platform. and we're going to finish it up and get the game for real. But I'm going to attempt to do it here on TikTok. And we're going to break it down, man. We talk high-level game over here, okay? I'm a foundational Black American, unapologetically, okay? We have delineated. It is what it is. It's nothing against your group, nothing against your tribe, nothing against your lineage, but I got to preserve my lineage, right? So I got to do what's right because we know that strategic things are happening to erase this lineage, right? They've been trying to do it for over 400 years, man. So it is what it is. So nothing against Africans or Caribbeans. You're welcome to listen in, but once you start that hating stuff, I got to get you up out the paint, okay? I'm not going to talk down on you, but don't come over here trying to, be internet warriors on keyboard warriors, in the comments, soak up the game. This is for y'all. This is for everybody. This is for the foundational Black American first, but it's for everybody who want to get the game. Okay. This is for everybody who want to get the game. Okay. I kind of want to go into my spiel first, but let me see what Taylor the L want to talk about real quick, and then we got to start the show, y'all. We got to start the show. So I might just have to hang tight a little bit. I got to do my little I got to kind of set the tone real quick. I know we want to get up and we want to start chatting, which is cool. We want to start having the dialogue, which is cool, but I kind of want to break down and get the mindset set up first. So Taylor the L, just do me a favor, brother. Just hang tight a little bit. I'll bring you up. I'm not going to be too long-winded, but I got to get to what it is, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is let me welcome everybody. Just welcome everybody to the Too Much Moxie podcast. I'm your humble host, Too Much, okay? The truth is uncensored here. Our culture is centered, and the voices of foundational Black Americans are always amplified. We are exposing one of the most powerful, diabolical systems in America, the propaganda machine. Okay, we're talking about how the media is not just failing us, it's actively used against us. It is I don't want to say it's weaponized, right? It doesn't just misreport, it distorts, it distracts, it divides, and most of all, it controls. So just, sit back, relax, because we're going to break the machine apart piece by piece and show how it targets foundational Black Americans with surgical precision, and really all Americans. This is what the machine does, y'all. We're going to get into it. So let's define this beast. Okay? Propaganda is information often misleading or biased. Okay? Used to promote what? Political cause or agenda. Yeah, everybody tap the screen. Get the likes up, man, because I'm going to bring some people up and we're going to chop it up. And we're going to try to do our best to talk in codified language to a certain extent. So if you don't understand something, then that means you're not on code. Because those who are on code are going to understand the codified language that we got to speak to get this message out here, okay? So, it's not just fake news, okay? It's strategic, psychological, warfare, okay, against the people. It's the art of shaping what you think, how you feel, what you believe, without you even knowing it. Let me stress that. Without you don't even know what's happening to you. You don't even know that you're being propagandized, okay? You don't even know that your thoughts are not your thoughts. You don't really know that they put those thoughts there. You don't really know why you're biased. You don't really know why you're Democrat. You don't really know why you're Republican. You don't really know why you feel strongly about something that really, really doesn't even affect your daily living. You don't even know what's happening to you. That's why it's called propaganda. Propaganda isn't a mistake, it's a machine. And the machine was never built for us. It was built to control us. Do you understand? Let me take a break. Let y'all just breathe. The people that are in the room, y'all got to breathe now. Do you understand what I just said? The most powerful weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. I think Steve Bilko said that, okay? The most powerful weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. A lot of y'all are just bots. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of y'all are agent provocateurs. A lot of y'all are just regurgitating information that you got from mainstream media, from legacy media, from the propaganda machine itself. You're just a bot. You're a number in the matrix working for the system, unbeknownst to you or known to you. Listen, there's people who know what's going on and know this is the propaganda machine, and they work for it, and they work for it happily and gladly because they're getting butter biscuit. They're getting something in return, people. They're getting something in return. Do you understand? They know what's going on. They know what's happening to you. You just don't know, and they're a part of it. That's why you hear me say I don't trust anybody on television. The moment you get on mainstream media, the moment you get in the spotlight, you were put there, you were selected there, unbeknownst or known to you, and you're given benefits to do your job. You work for the machine. Right? You work for and with the system. And guess what? If you try to work against the system, what usually happens? It's called cancel culture. That's what it's called. Cancel culture. They get you about the paint, man. They get you about the paint. And how come they can get you about the paint? Because they control and they run everything. See, if they can't control and run anything, they can't get you about the paint. You're allowed to say your freedom of speech is really allowed to be free. But freedom of speech has been co-opted. Freedom of speech has been co-opted. Okay? Yeah, nobody's saying black is a race, sir. Okay, especially foundational black Americans, but this is a lineage for us. This is just what we're calling our lineage right now. That don't mean that's what our lineage actually is. This is just what we as foundation black Americans are calling our lineage right now. We don't consider Africans or Caribbeans black. Okay? They're melanated, but they're not black. But we consider as foundational black Americans, we're black. Okay, we're black not based on the color black, but based on the black consciousness, the universe, the expanse. Okay, the very culture that we have created here. So that's why media matters, y'all, and that's why this fight about this fight is about more than just headlines. It's about freedom of thought. You as a person, are you allowed to have freedom of thought? I want us to explore that when I start bringing people on the panel. Are you allowed to have freedom of thought? And why aren't you? Okay? Here's how the machine kind of operates, okay? It's called media monopoly. 6 corporations control over 90% of what you see, what you read, and what you hear. Zero, absolutely zero, are owned by FBAs. None are loyal to truth. All are loyal to profits and political power. You got to understand that, people. Our media is not for us. It is against us. That's why we don't focus on mainstream media. Turn that television off. Notice how I slowed that down. Turn that television off. Got to turn it off. Got to turn it off. Got to turn it off. Come up out of it. Come up out of the matrix. You want to have freedom of thought? Turn the television off. Get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off. It will save your life. The best thing I ever did 6 years ago, boop, turn that television off. The best thing I ever did. Yeah, but see, they don't understand codified language, brother. They don't understand codified language. That brother is speaking in code to the people because he knows what's going on. And those who are codified know what's going on. See, if you don't know the language, you're not going to get what I'm talking about here. If you don't know how we get down, if you don't have an understanding, if you're not running in those circles, this is going to go over a lot of people's heads. Okay, it is what it is. I can see right now that they're monitoring my live. I can see right now that they're messing with my numbers because my numbers is usually through the roof. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep spitting this ism and get it out there for the people. And those who are able to handle it, those who are able to pick it up, that's what it's gonna be. Repetition is programming, y'all. Remember that TV guide? You know, when all your shows, when all your programming is coming on, repetition is programming. Say a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. How many times have you heard the words black on black crime? Y'all have heard that word black on black crime, and what it is, it's stuck in y'all head. Now they repeat it until we internalize it, until we believe the lie about ourselves. There's black people who spit out 𝗤𝗔 supremacy talking points. There's black people. There's black people who says, oh, what about the crime in Chicago? Black people say this. They don't understand programming. They don't understand propaganda. They don't understand that all they got to do is tell you the same thing over and over again, and it's going to become internalized. And when it's internalized, it becomes a belief. See, they know how to make you believe. They know how to shape your belief system. Do you understand that? They know how to shape your belief system. And you don't even know what's happening to you. You don't even know. Emotional exploitation. They use trauma for ratings. They replay black unalivings on loop. George Floyd, Tyree Nichols, because your pain is profitable. But where's the coverage of our brilliance, our resilience, and our resistance? They're never going to cover that. You know why? Because it doesn't fit their narrative that they want to spin to the public. And remember, we don't own anything in the media. So why are we listening to the media? Why are we paying attention to the media? Why? Why? Because it's entertaining, because we've been lulled to sleep, because we love the propaganda that they're feeding us, because we're addicted to the propaganda we're addicted to the trauma. It's called trauma corn. We're addicted to the trauma corn. Y'all better understand and wake up and know what's happening to you. Y'all got to wake up. There's a lot of gatekeeping and censorship going on. If you speak truth too loud, like this channel, They silence you. They shadow ban you. They cancel you. The only black voices that they amplify are the ones who don't shake the system. Do you understand that? They don't cancel the TikTokers who are on here dancing. They don't cancel the TikTokers who are supporting a political party. They don't cancel the TikTokers who are out there just, here to entertain and whatever they're doing. They don't cancel those people. They don't get messed with in the mornings like I do. Like many others. Listen, y'all, I even want y'all to understand. What's really going on. Now, as much as I stand on business, and I'm telling you, we have delineated from Africans and Caribbeans, and how much we've been targeted for just standing up and saying that, they're going to allow some of that now. Have you noticed that some people's platforms that used to get messed with when they start doing that and they used to get reported, they're allowing them to stay up now because they want that divide. Now, again, listen, I'm a foundational black American. I'm going to stand on business. I'm riding for my lineage always and forever. But understand that a lot of Africans and Caribbeans, they're under heavier propaganda and witchcraft than us, than foundationals. They're under heavy propaganda. That's why they talk the way they talk. That's why they come in already against black American achievement, black excellence. They come in with the envy, with the hating, with the cosplaying, and they wanted to take our spot. They come in. And again, listen, the propaganda machine's like, this is good content. They're starting to pick it up and be like, you know what? We can use this in our favor. Look at what's going on in Africa right now. If you are an African or Caribbean, you should not be focused on anything going on with Black America right now. You got bigger things happening in your own country, in your own homeland that you need to focus on. Jumping over here is not going to serve you. Y'all, a lot of y'all need to be riding for Burkina Faso, for 𝗵𝗴𝗵𝗵𝗵 right now. Right now. That's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to get out of Black American spaces, or if y'all come in these Black American spaces, just soak up the game. Just soak up the game. That's all you need to do, is soak up the game. That's it. That's it. Where my mods at, man? I need my mods. Where my mods at? So y'all need to come up in here and soak up the game, and then take that game back and liberate your people, because this is liberation talk over here. This is liberation that's going to get you to the next level and beyond. Okay? So gatekeeping and censorship, man, that's part of it. That's part of it. So let's talk about the targeting FBAs through strategic narratives. Propaganda themes are designed to destroy the foundational Black American community. Okay, ma'am, you can wait a little bit. If you're a follower, you can just wait a little bit. I'll bring you up. I'll bring you up here, and we can talk about it. Okay, as long as it's simultaneous with the topic, we'll talk about it. But I gotta get this out before, I gotta get as much out as I can before the propaganda machine takes me down. And again, if they take me down, y'all, I want y'all to follow me over to the Twitter platform under the UNUSUALWONS. That's my handle over there on Twitter. Follow me over there. Unusual Ones, Unusual WONS. over there on Twitter if they take me down. Okay. Y'all see what's going on with my numbers. It is what it is, but we're going to stay true to the game. We're not new to this. We're true to this. So we're just going to keep pushing. Okay. Propaganda themes designed. This machine, I just want you to understand, this machine is not random. Okay. It's very, very precise. If you think that this is all just coincidence, what's going on, what they're talking about in the media is all coincidence, you are fooling yourself and you are lying to yourself. One thing you should never do, and I preach this and I practice this, you should never lie to yourself. You can get away with lying to others, but lying to yourself is self-destruction. It's delusion at the highest level. You should never, ever, ever believe the hype about yourself. You got to be honest. You got to have that man in the mirror moment. You got to rightfully judge yourself and pick yourself apart. Understand what your strengths are. Understand what your weaknesses are. Accept the things that you can't change. Embrace the things that you can change. And that's how you got to do it. That's how you get out of the propaganda machine. You got to do that first. The quicker you have a man in the mirror experience, and for some of y'all, it's going to be depressing. Some of y'all, you're going to realize how deficient you are, how unoriginal you are, how basic you are. You're going to realize that, but you need to come to that you need to come to the truth. The truth will set you free. The propaganda and the lies will keep you bound, but the truth will set you free. You understand what I'm saying? If you are a man, you should never, men, if you're a man, I'm really hard on the men. Men, you should never lie. Men, you should never, ever, ever lie. You should be about what you say. Your word should be your bond. You should never lie. You should never lie to women. You should never lie to other men. You should never lie to your children. You should never lie, period. You should be unapologetically direct and truthful with everybody you come in contact with. Yes, lying is a sign of fear. What the heck are you afraid of? If you're a man, you're afraid of a 5'2" woman that you got to walk into the house and lie to her? What you afraid of, brother? What are you really afraid of? Stop the lies. Stop the Easter Bunny lies. Stop the Santa Claus lies. Stop it all, brother. Stop all the lies. Just tell the truth. The only thing that's going to set you free is the truth. So the propaganda themes to destroy foundational Black Americans. Let's talk about that. The propaganda machines to control a foundation. Listen, let me get through this, y'all, and then I promise I'm gonna bring people up. Let me get through this. I just want to. I got to get as much as I can out. Okay, I got to get as much as I can out. As much as I can out before they try to take me down. So I got a lot of things I got to go over and talk about. But the propaganda theme is designed to destroy foundational Black Americans. Blacks or Black people, Black equal criminal. Okay, they show our mugshots, or Black people, Black equal criminal. Okay, they show our mugshots. Okay, one mistake and we're labeled forever. That's part of the propaganda machine. Imaging is powerful. Do you know why people are not liking that image that's up, that statue of that fat Black woman up there? That big bone Black woman with no bra on, with her hands on her hip? It's called imaging. Go do this research. Look at all the Black statues of women in America. Not all of them, but a good number of them. And they always show our women with their hands on their hips. It's called imaging. It's called imaging. Notice how they didn't want a beautiful Black woman as the Statue of Liberty, and they gave us this YT man / woman, hermaphrodite, whatever, as the Statue of Liberty, and they call it a her, when you can clearly look at it, those are some masculine features. It's called imaging, people. You need to understand that. FBA men equal threats, aggressive, violent, hypersexual, or worse, emasculated and passive. There's no space for the full, complex, human black man. I want you to understand that. Our heroes always have to have these certain flaws, okay? They want to control the narrative of what a black man is, and especially what a black woman is. FBA women equals broken. We're told black women are loud, bitter, unlovable. They ignore the strength, the leadership, the loyalty in our women, and push dysfunction and as a form of destiny. Listen, when you watch TV, I want y'all to understand why TV is so powerful. You could watch TV and it can get you mad. You could be watching a show and you'll watch they will use our black woman to undermine the black man in the show, and we'll be like, see, that's how these women are. That's how they act. I hope are you getting it? You always see in these movies, they will use the woman to undermine or emasculate the men. And it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. Yeah, y'all want to know about Aunt Jemima, because she's a mammy. Okay? Okay? I don't know. But you got to understand imaging. You got to understand imaging and how they use it today. Look at all these statues of so-called regular black people. That's what they want to call it. This is what regular black people look like. Listen, don't believe it. Don't believe the things that you see. Don't believe the things that you hear. Trust your gut. If your discernment isn't working, get around people who have it so they can activate it for you. You got two brains, use them. You got the brain up here and you got the brain in your gut, which is your intestine, that rightfully divide food, but it also rightfully divides truth. If you don't have that activating for you, get it working. Do a deep cleanse, do a cleanse, right? Get all the impurities out of your body and then start feeding it the right food. And that's part of getting that thing to activate right. Start opening your pineal gland right now. Start opening it up. Start letting that thing function. Understand this: black unity equals extremism. Okay? When we organize, we're somehow dangerous. Black empowerment is looked at now as black supremacy. I want y'all to understand that. Black empowerment now is looked at in the media as black supremacy. Okay? They don't understand anything. But when others organize, they're patriots. They're progressives. I want you to ask yourself why. Why is it when you got 2 or 3 black people together, it must be nefarious? But when you got 2 or 3 or 5 of another group, oh, they're progressive, they're patriots. I want y'all to understand the propaganda machine. The propaganda machine, the media is not for us. It's always going to be against us. That's what you got to understand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Black love equals dysfunction. Black love equals dysfunction. They flood the airways with broken families, baby mamas, absent fathers, but they never highlight the healthier black relationships, healing, or home ownerships. Look at Look at how they're trying to destroy the family of Deion Sanders. They don't look what they did. Listen, a family like the Mannings, and shout out to the Mannings. I got nothing, man. I like the family. I like them brothers. I like the Manning brothers. Eli. I like the Manning brothers. But what about the Sanders brothers? What's different from the Sanders brothers? That's different from the Manning brothers. Besides the obvious skin color. What's wrong with a confident black family versus a confident YT family? What's wrong with that? What's different? You see how the media works? It destroys black confidence. Understand what I'm here to tell you. It destroys black confidence. It destroys self-worth. You got to hear me on this. This is the game. This is the game. I want you to understand. Turn the freaking TV off. You're being psyoped. You're under attack. The very things that are entertaining you are destroying you. The very food you are taking in is destroying you. Do you understand? Do you understand? Even myself, man, you know, I love sugar. But it's not good for you. Some of y'all watching that TV, that real TV, what do they call it? Housewives of Atlanta and all, you know, this reality TV. It's destroying you. That very NFL and basketball that you're watching, as entertaining as it is, they're going to slide in some subliminal messages in there because they got you in a trance. They get you in a trance through entertainment, and then they put in all these suggestive things in there, and you don't even know why you acting or what you act. You don't even know why you mad at your husband, why you mad at your wife, why you mad at your kids. You don't know why you're mad about anything. You just mad. Because they get you in these sedative trances and then they make these suggestions. That's why they got to put aluminum in your food, because that's part of it. That's why they got to put these impurities in your food, because that's a part of the propaganda mechanism and the witchcraft that they're performing on you. That's the part of getting you to comply. They want you to comply. And I want you to understand, it's never a coincidence. It's always a condition. This is not a coincidence. This is conditioning. This is conditioning at the highest of the highest of the highest of the highest level. I want you to understand that. So let's follow the money. Who benefits? Who benefits? Private prisons. The more fear the media stirs, the more cages get filled. Propaganda keeps the pipeline moving. I'm going to move a little bit faster. Political parties. They use fear-based media to harvest votes, but once elected, FBA needs are ignored. They lied to you. 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 That's what they do. Corporate America. They sell us stereotypes in ads and shows while stripping our culture for profit. They're only going to use our swag if it can make them money. They're only going to use our swag to distort the minds of the youth. Understand that. Hollywood, the biggest propaganda machine and enemy to foundational black Americans and Americans on the planet. Hollywood. They profit off dysfunction, trauma dramas, slave movies, gang violence. Black pain is a gold mine. Black pride, that's a threat. You understand? Why do you think we got to disguise our movies in clever ways like sinners? Why do you think we have to share our codes through movies like Sinners that are brilliant? And why do you think some people who are upset and mad because they're like, hold on, they're watching this movie and then all of a sudden they realize, hold on, this is about me. They calling me the vampire. And they get upset. Why do you think people are walking out of the theater and they're like, man, I didn't culturally connect with this movie? Because it's not about you, it's about us. Why do you think so many people from the dominant society was against Kendrick Lamar's halftime show? Because it wasn't about you, it was about us. And when you sit there and you think about it and you realize, hold up, he's talking about me. He's exposing me. Y'all got to understand what's happening to y'all, man. So how do we fight back? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? So what can we do? I'm going to say it like this. We don't just resist, we build. We keep building. We resist and we build. It's time. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It's time we get our own platform. It's time. There's never been another time. It's time we get our own. What do we need to do, y'all? We got to support independent black media. If they won't tell us the truth, we will. We support independent black media. If the legacy media, if the mainstream media, if the propaganda machine is going to keep trying to propagandize us, we have to go to other outlets. We have to move our eyes somewhere else. Get our eyes off of them and get our eyes onto us. Support podcasts, blogs, YouTubers, and grassroots journalists. That's what we have to do. Support your boy, Too Much Moxie. I'm giving y'all the game at a high level. I want you to understand. Support your boy, Too Much Moxie. I'm going to give y'all the game at a high level. If you understand what I'm throwing down, these things can wake you up from your slumber. Okay? Support the new black media. Period. 𝗤𝗏𝗏, Vicky Dillard, Professor Black Truth. We got a brother on here, Afro Elite. Y'all need to check these brothers out. They're giving you the game. They're waking you up. They're putting you on some things. They're making you question some things. They're making you ponder some things. They're getting you up out of the matrix. They're giving you the real news. They're not part of the propaganda machine that's shaping the narrative. They're part of the people that are waking you up to the truth in these narratives. That's what we're trying to do, okay? We got to own our narrative. We have to create our own story. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. We got to create our own narratives. We have to create our own stories. We have to write our own books. We have to drop our own documentary. Shout out to 𝗤𝗏𝗏. We are the griot. We are the people, or we are the, in Africa they call them griots. Right? We are the storytellers. We are them. Okay? We are the storytellers. We got to start telling our own stories. We can't support their narrative. We need to support our narrative. If we've learned anything, it's coming to the point where we know we got to support black. Support black. Support foundational black American businesses. Support foundational black American thought leaders. Support the grassroots media. Period. Point blank. That's just what it is. We have to teach media literacy. Our children need to learn not everything on the screen is true. I want y'all to hear me when I say this. We got to decode the agenda. Decode the agenda. I want y'all to understand we got to decode the agenda. We have to fund our freedoms. We have to fund our freedoms. Platforms like FBAcoin.org exist to give us economic weapons to back our cultural ones. If you're not supporting the coin, I don't know why. If you're not haven't done your due diligence yet, what are you waiting on? We literally got a game-changing piece right here, and people are sitting on the sidelines. FBAcoin.org, y'all. Do your due diligence. Why haven't you supported your own cryptocurrency yet? That's what I want. That's what baffles me. You have people out here who are doing things for the culture, doing things that are real things, trying to get us to the next level, and we got people that are still oblivious to what's going on, still unsupportive. You got to get out there. Listen, you got to get your feet wet. You got to get some skin in the game. You got to go take some risks. You got to go stand on business. You can't keep allowing them to lead you like lamb to the slaughter, y'all. You got to start doing your due diligence. Turn the TV off. You know why you ain't support the FBA coin yet? Because you haven't turned the TV off yet. You know why you haven't supported the FBA coin yet? Because you haven't had the time to do your due diligence, because you're prioritizing other things. That's why. You know why you haven't supported the FBA coin yet? Because you're living paycheck to paycheck and you haven't learned how to budget yet. Which is the basic building block of all financial institutions, is budgeting. You gotta learn how to have money left over. You gotta stop being a consumer and become a producer. You gotta starve the beast. Turn off the trauma box. Unplug from the lies. Feed your mind liberation, not manipulation. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Turn off the trauma. Turn it off. Unplug from the propaganda and witchcraft. Remove it out of your house. Feed your mind liberation. Don't allow manipulation. That's what it's all about. Somebody said we're gonna go more into these Democrats today. I don't know, brother. I'm not a Democrat. I don't worry about them. I don't worry about them. I'm not down with any political party. I don't worry about them. I'm worrying about foundational black Americans. I'm worrying about my lineage. I gotta wake my people up. And if you're not foundational black American, go wake your people up. Go wake them up. Because everybody's asleep. Everybody's under the same propaganda and witchcraft. Okay? Everybody. What are you going to do about it? That's what it's going to be about. What are you going to do about it? The media machine, it was never broken, y'all. It was built like this. So when we say, oh, the media is broken, we need to fix it. No. It is fixed. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You just the dummy that think it's broken. You're just the dummy that ever thought the media was for you. You're the dummy. You're the one they conditioned. They conditioned your parents. They conditioned the children of the parents. They conditioned the generations of these people. You have been under heavy propaganda witchcraft all your life. All my life. All your life. If you go to school, you become a racist automatically. You automatically accept biases and stereotypes. You become a bigot. They create bigots. They create prejudices. They create biases. That's what they do. It was engineered to confuse, distract, and demoralize us. It was engineered that way. But now that we see it clearly, for some, it has no power. See, that the propaganda and witchcraft, they have to come up with a new propaganda and witchcraft now, because the old system is not working the same as it used to. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are waking up. Matter of fact, what y'all think as the Great Reset is really the Great Awakening. See, y'all think the Great Reset, see, they want to reset. They want to reset because people are waking up. That's why the Great Reset, that's why you hear that term, the Great Reset. They need the Great Reset to put everybody back to sleep, because everybody's waking up. Everybody's waking up. It's like, oh, everybody's waking up. So this whole Great Reset, there's a pro and a con to it. The pro is everybody's waking up. And once everybody is woken up, the propaganda machine won't work anymore. And we're going to try to fix and rewrite and start destroying the old foundation and start building a new foundation off the truth again. The negative part of that is there's going to be people out there that wants to keep the old foundation and want to put everybody back to sleep and restart the propaganda machine over from the beginning again, and then tweak it with the new with this new awakening in mind. So they need to somehow brainwash everybody again that woken up, or do away with them. That's why this whole depopulation thing, y'all got to watch out for the scam. Y'all got to watch out for the scam. You got to watch out. You got to watch out. There's always a scam somewhere if you don't pay attention. There's always a gotcha. So the Great Reset and the Great Awakening are the same exact thing, y'all. I want you to understand. Opportunity. There's two sides to every coin. Some people see danger as an opportunity. So there's great danger and there's also great opportunity at the same damn time. You got to understand that. We don't need their lens. We don't need their permission. We don't need their validation. You got to understand that. We don't need... See, that's why I love being a foundation of Black Americans, because we don't need your validation. That's probably the... If we had a mantra, if Black Americans had a mantra or a cornerstone, we don't need the dominant society's validation to be who we are. We just are. Get that through your head. Let that sink in. The reason why we're so influential, the reason why we're a people made of resistance and resilience is because we don't need your validation to exist. We just are. And we're perfectly fine with that. We're not trying not to be anything but Black, but who we are. Every other group, you're trying to be YT. You're trying to get YT privileges. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that. You're trying to work with the propaganda machine against us. See, you're trying to be a part of the matrix. Black Americans, we're not trying to be a part of the matrix. We don't want to be a part of the matrix. How about that? We don't want to be a part of the matrix, but they need us to be a part of the matrix at the same damn time. They need us more than they need y'all. Understand, they need Black Americans to opt into this lifestyle more than they need y'all to try to run and be like them. In order for this thing to work, a group has to accept their plight. A group has to accept their bottom position, and a group has to accept their top position. And foundational Black Americans, we never accepted our bottom position. And we're not going to accept it. And that's what's messing with this whole propaganda machine. You follow me? Because foundational Black Americans, we were the story before they started printing the lies. We were the stories before they started printing the lies. We've always been the story. We've always been the main character in this movie. In this movie called Life, Black Americans have always been the main character. Always. Throughout generations. From the very beginning. And you got supporting roles, right? You got A-listers, you got B-listers. We're the A's. We're the A. We're the A. We've always been that. And you got people that want to take our spot, and I'm like, you can't take our spot. The movie's not about you. Ask the propaganda machine who's the movie about, and they'll tell you it's not about you, it's about them. We got to keep these Negroes in their place. We got to keep these Negroes always in their place, because it's not about you. It's about these Negroes. It's not about the Africans. It's not about the Caribbean. I'm sorry. It's not about y'all. It's about us. That's why when y'all come over here, they're going to give y'all these butter biscuits and these white supremacy talking points, and they're going to let y'all keep talking. They want y'all to join their side. But at the end of the day, they don't want y'all to join our side. You understand how that works? You understand how that works? So like in everything, we rise, we rebuild, and we rewrite the truth. Their truth, and we make it our truth. Because we know that their truth is the lie. Their truth is the propaganda. Their truth is the witchcraft. Our truth is the reality. Our truth is reality. So what do we got to do? Man, y'all need to share this episode, man. Y'all need to be sharing this broadcast, because they I'm telling you what they're doing. They shadow ban me. That's why I couldn't come on the big screen today. You see, when I came on, I'm already popped up, waiting to accept people up to the top. That's them messing with my algorithm, and that's them messing with my show. Y'all remember when y'all come in this room, and we get at least 75, 80, 100 people, 150 people up in here, and y'all see what just happened. Just happened yesterday. The moment I started talking about the real, they gotta the powers that be do that. That's why I'm serious thinking about moving to the Twitter platform. I'm serious. You know, listen, man. I'm trying not to get ran off of TikTok, man, but I should restart I know. I tried. I restarted the live 5 times before I came home, and it kept defaulting to this. It kept defaulting to this right here. I should be on the big screen. Y'all shouldn't even see these boxes yet until I bring them up. Y'all shouldn't be able, you know. But I restarted the live 5 times, and this is what keeps popping up when I restart the live. So I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with it. It is what it is. I'm about to open up the live in a minute. So make sure y'all visit FBAcoin.org and support the movement. This is for us, y'all. This is for us. Support the FBA coin. We need to have a full launch. I want to launch this thing in July. We already have a pre-launch, but we need to build up a liquidity pool to really get this thing going. I want this thing to come out the gate. Listen, this is what y'all gotta learn. Anything that we do as foundational Black American, it must be excellent. We can't put out mediocre anything. I want when this thing launched, listen, if you understand the mindset and the genius that I'm coming with this coin, we need a liquidity pool to stake this coin. So when we put the coin out, it's already worth something. I really don't want to put the coin out and it's worth 0.00000000000000000000001. I want to put this coin out and it's worth at least 0.01, $1, $2. I want this thing to come out and hit the gate strong. And when we start putting our dollars behind it, the coin just rise. I want this thing to rival Bitcoin. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to put out this many. Our coin, let me tell you, if you just download the white paper and put it into AI, okay, download the white paper, put it into AI and say, is this the most unique cryptocurrency on the market today? It's going to tell you, yes. There's no coin out there with the smart contracts that does what the FBA coin does. And here's the biggest safety net, the biggest thing that should give you comfort. It's verified. The coin is verified to do what the white paper says it's going to do. All you gotta do is do your due diligence. It's verified. Subscribe to the Too Much Moxie podcast. Get on all my social media. Get on my TikTok. Get on my my Twitter. Get on my YouTube. If you search on Facebook, you'll find me there. If you search on Instagram, you'll find me there. Get on all my social media platforms and get plugged in. Okay, definitely plug into 𝗤𝗏 Radio. Definitely plug into 𝗤𝗏 on Twitter. Definitely plug into the New Black Media Period. Definitely plug into Afro Elite. He's on here. He's on Twitter. He's on YouTube. The brother's doing phenomenal things. I jumped into one of his lives the other day, and he was talking about the 𝗤𝗏 Nichols case and showing how these police officers got off, even though they were melanated, because you know them with a bunch of tethers. I don't believe any of them were foundational. But they work for the system. And the system said, we got to protect our own. Blue Lives Matter. They were on that BS. So understand, Blue Lives Matter over your life. You got to understand that. Blue Lives Matter over your life because they have to protect the system that is continually here to harass us, control us, and oppress us. You got to understand that. Yeah, they may be cousin. I don't even believe that they're foundational. For sure we know one of them's not. For sure we know one of them's not. But if you look at those pictures, man, those big foreheads and those messed up hairlines, man, them are not. I just can't believe they're foundational. I can't. If they are, they're Sambos. They uphold the system. And do me a favor, man. Stream my new music. I got new music out right now. I'll probably play a little bit of it. Still We Rise is out right now. Still We Rise is out right now. Okay, I want y'all to understand. Still We Rise. I got new music out. I'm about to play it here a little bit. It's out right now. It's out right now. So let me bring up some people, man. I just had to get that out before they take me down. So I guess their strategy now is they can't say I'm doing hate speech, but they can shadow ban me. They can shadow ban me if they want to without my permission. They know they can do that. They can control they can make sure the algorithm just doesn't work for this platform or doesn't work as strongly as it was working before. That's what they can do. And that's their prerogative because I'm on their platform. They can do whatever they want on their platform. But understand, people, when are we going to stop talking about getting our own platform, and when are we going to actually get our own platform? That's what I want to know. If you're a foundational Black American, let me tell you the weakest thing you could do. The thing that hurts us the most is complacency. Watching and seeing. You know, watchers get what watchers get, doers get what doers get. You can watch, and sometimes it's smart, it's common sense to wait and see. But let me tell you something. You never win that way. You never get a due reward. You never get the good things out of it when you watch. It's when you start doing. It's when you start putting into practice. It's when you really become a community activist, right? when you stop talking about being an activist and you really become a community activist, that's when you start seeing the fruit. That's when you start to get to enjoy the fruit. So I just want to admonish our people and tell them, hey man, get off the couch and get into the game. Turn the TV off. Your wife, if you have a wife and kids, your wife is not happy with you because you're not liberating her. When are you going to liberate your wife from the job? When are you going to liberate your kids from the indoctrination of these schools? When are you going to liberate yourself? And when are you going to liberate your people and your community? When are you going to get off the couch and do something and get in the game? There's a game being played and you're the pawn. When are you going to stop being the pawn and start becoming a major piece, a major part of dismantling this system of oppression? When are you going to do that? I challenge every one of you in this room. Every one of you, all the 6 people that are listening, because that's all that's all they're gonna give me. So if y'all 6 were the ones that ride with me and are lucky ones, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with this information I just dropped on you? Are you gonna go back to sleep? Are you gonna choose the matrix over your liberation? That's what I want to know. Are you going to choose the matrix over your liberation? Are you going to choose slavery over your freedom? Let me tell you something. You're not doing anything important but going to a job. You're just a sharecropper in my eyes. You're just a sharecropper. When are you going to start sharecropping and own it? When are you going to stop sharecropping and own it? When is it going to be yours? When are you going to start working on the plantation and build your own plantation? When are you going to own the plantation? When are you going to own the fruits of your labor? When are you going to taste the fruits of your labor? Are you going to wait till you're 65, 75, 80 like they tell you? Or are you going to get in the game now? That's what I want to know. All right, let me bring some people up, y'all. Let me bring some people up. While I'm bringing some people up, I got to bring up Cousin for show. For show. And let's chop it up a little bit if y'all want to. And while we're doing that, man, I'm gonna play the new single out that's on all Spotify and all major streaming platforms called "Still We Rise." And I might play a little. Like I told you, I'm working on this album, y'all. And I might play this other song for y'all that I put down. It's a banger. But while we just gonna take a little quick break, see what happens with the room. If the room fills back up, let's see. But I believe I'm shadow banned now.
Yo.
Still fight, tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming, we not done.
Born in a world where the laws never loved us, still in our backs cause the system tried to crush us. Mothers crying at the caskets of the young kings, bullet holes piercing through American dreams. They gave us scraps, we built culture from the bones, turned pain into rhythm, turned project into homes. Still they paint us criminal, target us as stats, but never show the genius or the love we give back. Our heroes wore hoodies, our saints wore chains. They fear our light cause they profit from pain, but every brick they throw, we build a new lane and put our names in the sky where the stars remain.
I've been down so long, I forgot what free feels like. Chains on the soul, but my spirit still fight. Tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming, we not done.
They redline our blocks, try to cage our minds, but can't hold back what's divinely designed. We birthed jazz, soul, hip-hop, and more. Made the world move from our ancestral core. Truth in my tongue, justice in my breath.
Each verse a march, each line defies death. They kill the body, but the vision still live. Cause every hood got a prophet they ain't ready to forgive. I seen boys with dreams shot down too soon, but I also seen grandmas pray hope into the room. So we rise with the strength that they tried to consume, and we dance to the beat of a freedom tune. I've been down so long, I forgot what free feel like. Chains on the soul, but my spirit still fight. Tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming, we not done. Legacy ain't numbers, it's the lives we ignite. Each child with the spark, each elder with sight. We more than survivors, we architects of truth. Wrote scripts and struggle, graduated from the roots. We are the pages they scared to read out loud, so they silence the voices that speak too proud. But we ain't folded, we forge in the flame, and we gon' rename every street with our name. This ain't a trend, this the soul's redemption. Power in the mirror beyond their comprehension. We the dream, reimagine black ascension. From pain we made light, now we shift the mission. Down so long, I forgot what free feel like. Chains on the soul, but my spirit still fight. Tears on the ground from the years of pain, but the seeds we planted still grow in the rain. Through the fire, through the storm, we gon' stand. Truth in our bones, revolution in our hands. We the dream, we the drum, we the morning sun. Better days are coming, we not done. To our brothers and sisters, we still rise. It's not over.
Not by a long shot. That's it. What's up, cousin? You there, cousin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Greetings. Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
How are you?
brother.
It's fine, fine day. Greetings to all those out in the ecosphere.
Yes,
Don't be
indeed.
afraid. Come on in, get some of this good knowledge, information, and believe it or not, it's coming with love.
Yeah.
Never forget that, because we're not trying to be out here and just spewing unnecessary stuff.
That's it.
We're trying to get some good knowledge, some good information. You know, we're
For
not
sure.
always an argumentative group. We are an informative group.
That's it.
You have something you'd like to share? Come on up and share. We can have an open, honest dialogue and conversation. That's kind of what we like to do.
That's it. That's it. So what's been going on with you, man? How you been?
Not too
son?
much, man. I had an appointment yesterday. I couldn't. My time frame was a little bit out this yesterday.
Now, I
But
thought
beyond
they-
that,
man, they
all is
attacked me
well.
yesterday. They attacked me yesterday. They attacked me yesterday.
what was
Try
your
to
subject
keep it-
yesterday?
Pretty much on the same lines. The subject was why foundational Black Americans should not and do not trust the media.
Well, that's a definite for sure, should I say. You have to understand, as I've stated before, there's a reason that mainstream media will show one black issue when it comes to law enforcement in Maine, and somehow it becomes the main issue in Seattle. Okay? You have 272 people who are showing 300 plus million people what they are claiming is important. It is the news. They are simply saying, be afraid. Be very afraid. I personally stopped watching local news in my 20s because I kept seeing the same thing every broadcast. Your first 7 to 9 minutes was unalivings, grapings, and or violence. They used to have a tagline in the media world. If it bleeds, it leads. See, that's, again, as Too Much has said, propaganda. People who have never been around black people are being bombarded from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock with images of black people doing horrid things. They make it seem as if it's the whole community rather than the 10% of the community who are in desperate times.
Shit, the 1%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. See, when it comes to them, though, again, theirs is all about projection. See, they show us, as small as our community is in this country, they show us as the greater offenders, but they hide the dominant society's crimes. Those never make national news. It has to be an Oklahoma City type of situation before it's going to make the national news. But when they find that this rural father in this conservative community has unalived not only him, but his children too, we don't get that news and information broadcast across the country, broadcast in everybody's home for 4 hours straight. That's not happening. I'll say it like this. During Obama's presidency, we had the oil spill in the Gulf, correct? Now, for 3 months straight, Joe Scarborough got on national TV with his massive audience and said that it was directly Obama's fault. Now, no other president has had a media head say that the president is the one who is to blame for a private company's actions.
Come on.
And somehow they said, I'll swallow that. That tastes real good. I can eat that. I can feed on that. That's just tasty right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, man. You keep hearing them project their hatred, but they use polite, politically correct words in order to undermine the angst that you're really feeling.
Yeah, that's how they get the message across. They use these politically friendly terminology, politically correct words to say the most horrendous things, heinous things. But they're using politically correct terms, so it's like it's not as weaponized. It's not as
right. They take the power out of it. They minimize their damage and maximize the black community's damage.
Come on.
Again, I can only say, and I'm not to go back to him again. If your biggest complaint about Obama, and you can even bring this, is he wore a tan suit. Are you kidding me? He wasn't investigated, right? This is the next thing. 𝗖𝗍𝗁 and the Republicans controlled the Congress for 6 of his 8 years. You're going to sit here and expect me to believe they didn't investigate him every day? They had hearings. They put it in the paper. They put it on TV. But you can't get a hearing like this now, can you? Now, explain to me how I should say that's fair. That's a just system. I can get behind this system that is spewing these quarter truths. Can't even call them a half truth.
Yeah, quarter truths. They just, a matter of fact, they just take a truth and then they make a whole new reality that's false.
Oh, they're not even accepting. There's no truth that they're going to accept that doesn't align with their position. Exactly. And I can only say it like this. Did Trump win the 2020 election? His people say, well, of course he did. It's not. See, this is what I'm getting at. Multiple courts, multiple filings, multiple recounts, and they are still out here saying today that he won the election. See, this is not people that are dealing in reality, bruh.
Yeah, I hear you, man, but there's always information that, I'll just say it like this. You can always find information that's for you.
Yes. Oh, there's definitely an echo chamber. That is the whole purpose of Fox News.
You can always find the information that's for you. But I look, I try to look even past that, even past all the, like there's people out there who still believe that the
attempt on Trump
was false. And that's because they want to fit their own narrative.
Oh yeah, I'll accept that.
There's people out here that the ketchup conspiracy theorists. There's people out there who really don't understand that that there are people out there that are really standing on business. And they're under attack for it, and their life is in danger. We'll sit there and we'll uphold a Malcolm X and a Martin Luther King, but when it comes to a narrative that we don't like, we gotta over investigate.
Well, when I hear them basically saying we're going to investigate ourselves, I just throw that into the black hole because it's never coming back out. It'll be years, and so many things will have happened that by the time the court case comes up, it's fallen so far back that it doesn't have the wind that it had originally, and that is their point. To take away the energy behind the crime, the energy behind the action. You saw these officers do this horrific stuff, and then they get this black police chief, police captain to come out and stand in front of the camera and say, well, my officers did nothing wrong.
Look at, Memphis. Did you see, Memphis police force is a disgrace.
I can only say it again, brother. You were told in 2006 that every police force had been infiltrated by the KKK. Excuse me, TikTok. Sorry about that. By the Triple K. I said it before. Was it a call to arms, or was it just a warning?
Yeah, Memphis police is disgraceful, man. And for those two Sambos to pop on TV, I mean, when are we going to see these people? When are we going to see people say, you know what, I can't say this, so I got to resign? I know my livelihood and my family's going to be affected a little bit, but I can't mislead my people. I won't mislead my people. So you either allow me to speak the truth or I'm going to resign. We need people like that, man. We don't need these Sambos. Well, we working with the people in the community. We know that people are not happy, but we want y'all to rest assured that we're here standing with you. We're going to make sure that our people are protected, our people are safe, but yet y'all didn't want to protect Tyrese Nichols.
At this point, I can't trust any, I cannot and will not trust any officer that's out there. It is your reputation. You all threw it in the trash.
Mud.
And you keep trying to bring this trash out that's covered in flies and feces and all this and put it in front of me as a plate that I'm supposed to say, man, this is delicious.
Exactly. Mud. Straight up mud. I'm through, brother. I mean, I've been through, man. I don't mess with them, and I hope they don't mess with me. But this is insane.
It absolutely is. But again, this is the point of propaganda. See, the idea is a number of us have awakened. We just haven't all connected under a universal number one, for lack of a better way to say this. But the idea, as I can only say it like this, when it hit the community, when everybody heard the ancestors say, sit your black ass down.
Come on.
See, when the ancestors told us, that came from within. That didn't come from us having this meeting and saying, brother, we are connecting. And we are connecting on this mental, psychological, and metaphysical area. This is where we're connecting. No, we're not all going to agree, but we all know right and we all know wrong. And you can't keep putting this wrong in front of me and saying this is what's right. That's what the media is. Malcolm spoke on that. When he said that the media will have you thinking that the person that's wrong is right and the person that's right is wrong. Now, if that was 50 years ago, Don't you think they've only improved their technique? You think they should have said, no, we're going to throw that technique away? This great chess move right here, we're going to just cast it aside and not use it? That makes no sense.
No sense.
See, I've come to look at it myself personally. We all know what the ologies are. Biology, yada, 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 so forth and so on. But the ology is nothing but the study of. And see, I've come to the understanding that they've looked at our community and have used every ology against us.
Of course. Of course. I mean, think about, they have think tanks, man. We don't even have a think tank, brother.
Well, again, they've been plotting and planning on us all this time.
So my thing is, when are we gonna get this thing? What are we waiting on to start a think tank, man? What has to be?
I think it's the lack of trust in the access that the think tank would actually be able to get, in my opinion. Because even if we had $20 billion in think tank money, being able to get our agenda into the 435 representatives would be difficult. Because it really gets down like, okay, I'm going to come to your $10,000 a plate fundraiser. I'm going to give you my position. And since we are only this one block, the other 99 blocks that are working against us is who the politicians are going to listen to. But they're going to take your 10 grand. They're going to listen to you with a polite smile, a nod, and, I agree. And, we're going to take a look into that. We're going to give this a real good study.
So why are we running? Why are we running to those politicians and not creating our own then?
I think what happened there is they got placed in front of the tea and butter biscuits in that payment from the dominant society.
Right. You opted into the matrix. You said, you know what? The matrix has more benefits than being outside the matrix. So how do we create benefits on being outside the matrix? How do we create a benefit on following suit with the grassroots? How do we create that? Uh-oh.
What we're going to have to do, I think, is in every black community where we have a semblance of numbers, the community is going to have to send that person up. If you know a cat that's got some good ideas, he just doesn't have the funding, he needs to be encouraged to get out there and make his statements in front of the camera so that it can be broadcast.
Which camera though? Do we use their cameras or do we point the camera at him and shine the light on him and build up his career?
Given today's climate and how they want to say, no, you edited this, you edited that, you're going to have your camera crew or our camera crew and the main street media's camera crew, so that when something gets edited out and or added in, we have the original on our side to say, no, that's not how this was.
Right.
But if you're going to play the game with them as far as media goes, if you're going to go stand in front of their cameras, you're going to have to make sure you have a camera to record the same thing. I'll say it like this. When Charlie Kirk and 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘁 did that little head-to-head and he pulled out the dolphin fetus, the reason this story got out wasn't because of Charlie Kirk. It was because 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵 had his own camera crew there because he knew Charlie Kirk would try and manipulate the footage. But once Charlie realized he couldn't manipulate the footage, he had no choice but to put out what actually was. That's how you do it. That's how we have to hit it right now, in my opinion.
Okay. I like that. That's what we got. So we know what to do. Why aren't we doing it?
I think, again, too many of us have our day-to-day life in front of us. We really do. And when your day-to-day life is so overwhelming and is so full of stress that you just don't have the juice, the energy, the wherewithal, because You got kids, you got dinner, you got this thing worrying on impressing on you. So the idea, oh yeah, that's right, I got a meeting to get to, and it's 8 o'clock, and I'm at that point, I'm tired, I'm wore down, I'm broke down. So in that regard, we are going to have to get better at being involved in the betterment of our community.
I
Now,
agree.
you got these brothers and sisters who are going around. Again, I forget the name. They got that group that's going around in Detroit. These black men going around and watching the communities, looking out for something happens, this, that, and the other. You've got these other groups, as you've seen recently, these Black Panther parties out here going in and checking on Rodney Hinton and making sure that that which he has going forth is going to be properly maintained, and he will have proper, I don't want to say security, but at least visual aid. He
Man, he
has some
needs it,
sort of
man. We
protective
need to
cover.
make sure that that brother is protected by the dominant society because they want to get their lick back again too. They want their tit
Well,
for tat too.
you seen what they do inside once you get behind walls of those correctional facilities. They turn into the barbaric beasts that they were, and go home and act like I know I did this, I paralyzed, I broke this, I done that, and go home and sleep like they've done nothing wrong.
Right.
They've committed multiple crimes against humanity, but they're getting away with it because they have the protection of the state.
Right. So what we got to do is we got to make sure that light is shined on that brother, that that brother is never forgotten, that he's always protected throughout his whole stay up in there. Because all they're waiting is for the new biggest story to come out so we can forget about this one.
Right. And if they have to go manufacture it, they will.
They will. That way, once we take the eyes off and start focusing somewhere else, guess what they're gonna do to that brother when he's all alone? Oh yeah, we got you now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we got you now. That's when it's all gonna come crumbling down. Right now, the brother he's still lifting his head high. He's still, even though he knows that it's never gonna be good for him for here on out. He at least knows that the people are behind him and he got some protection. But once those eyes and ears get off of Rodney Hinton Jr. and we forget because the next big story is coming or it's around the corner, that's when that brother is vulnerable. And we just got to make sure, man, that we have to set the precedent for taking care of our own. We can't allow the
Absolutely.
mainstream media or the dominant society to do anything. We have to do it. Matter of fact, we have to get in the habit of rejecting outside help and saying, "No, I don't need your help." Yeah,
I
I see you
mean,
trying to join in, but no, we have to set that precedent and make that statement. Like we don't want your help. We got this.
there's only one thing we need from you in America, and that's our money. Because if you give us our money, we will definitely have the protections in place for our own safety against the dominant society. See, right now, their biggest thing that I see is they want to tell black people, you are not allowed to protect yourself. You are not allowed to protect your home. You must give over all forms of your personal security to the state and federal governments. And too many of us have gone along with the American experiment and said, okay, well, we'll accept some of this for a while and see how it goes. And all they've done is gotten more bold in their barbarity.
Right.
Yeah, so they offer you the money with strings attached, you know? It's
Exactly.
not
How you
just
doing today, Isaiah?
good, man. How are you doing? Um, I just don't want FBAs. I respect y'all. I understand. And I give value and respect to the culture shared in America that yes, other people try to cosplay as culture within the African diaspora. And I really, when it comes down to it, I think it's who's separating us, right? So who between the hierarchies and the people that are coming after all black people, right? The the United White People per se, right? This is a I don't know. I'm just making that word up, but you already know. How do
Yes.
we get out of this? How do we excel with the people coming in to maximize FBA's empowerment? And how do we, instead of like if we don't want to play the same part that white people play about how they judge other people that come from somewhere else, you know, they're always willing to take in Europeans from Europe and listen to them, and South Africans, right? They're always willing to listen to their own struggles and shit like that. And I do believe FBAs they're strong, but they're not stronger without us, you know, with the rest of the diaspora. I do believe that FBAs have their own right, and that too, but I also believe that they need help in the sense of like,
Okay, let me ask you a question.
no, let me just land on this one, FBA. I do believe that they can find circumstances where they can see some mutual agreements, bro. You know, not that we're gonna get it from the white Europeans that already run this shit, right? So I'll leave it at that for you. All right, FBA.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, man. What have y'all done to fight white supremacy?
I was born in California, right? So I'm talking about my parents, maybe, and I can't even speak on that, right? But I will tell you that my parents didn't leave much. Go ahead. Sorry.
What have they done to fight against white supremacy? What have they shown that we can see?
They've shown it in the continent, my brother. They've fought against Europeans trying to colonize Africa. Like, what else do you think?
Obviously, they didn't win that one because they're over here, sir. Right?
No, listen. They have.
He's talking about Traore and what he's doing right now specifically.
Well, that too. On top of that,
have there been other martyrs on the continent? Yes, there have been.
Yes,
Sankara, they have had other martyrs.
Or too much, bro. I cannot give you. So the problem with us in Africa, obviously, is that there's a bunch of shit that we're not in control of.
No, you are in control of it.
No. Listen,
100% are in control.
Listen, bro. I'm saying though, like, we need to get the control back so we can influence other people and show people, like the president of Ibrahim, right?
So think about this. Think about this. You're telling 14% of the population.
We're more than that. You know that.
No. Listen.
Population at all. We're way more.
Listen. Foundational Black Americans are 14% of the population.
What white people told you, bro.
Okay.
You think we're really 14%, and then we make 80% of the incarceration rate? Come on, bro.
I got you. But you're telling 14% of the population to join.
That's not what I'm saying.
With 90% of your population over there, who can't even whoop the 2% population.
I agree. It's more than that.
What? Listen,
I think what he's trying to say is
listen. Regardless of whether it's more or not, listen, we're not 50%. That's what I'm trying to say.
We're not 13%. Too much.
Bump it up to 20, bro. Did that make you happy?
Whatever, round it up. Whatever.
Play the numbers game.
But that's what I'm saying. Bump it up to 20. It's not going to matter.
For our own people to say how
we could play the numbers game, and we can move the number here. We can move them there. The point is still the point, sir.
Fair enough.
The business over here. So what are we supposed to ask for help from when we've been doing it over here?
You ain't asking it from other people that are not from your own people, though.
They're not
the same.
When has the continent been in a position, brother? When has the continent been in a position to help FBA?
When? I mean, y'all had many opportunities.
It's been colonized, cousins.
No.
We're not disputing. We understand the colonization has occurred, brother.
No, I don't think
You have
too
many.
much knows that.
The continent has many. Listen, the continent could have said, you know what? If they really wanted us foundational Black American brothers, and they really wanted us to be in one accord, and they really wanted us into the family, and they really wanted this unity, they could just make it simple. You know what the simple thing is?
They can't trust in
Automatic.
that.
Hold
You're
on, hold on,
already infiltrated. You're
hold
already
on,
colonized,
hold on.
regardless as Black
Automatic. They
Americans
could have
in
made it
America.
automatic. Automatic. No scamming these brothers when they come over here. They can just do
Them
something.
all
That's
bamboozled.
something. Hold on. That's
Too much.
something the
Come on.
people can do without the government. They can say, when these brothers come over here, we treat them just like us.
Okay, so that's your hang up right there. Too
That,
much.
no, that,
Listen,
that's not.
listen, just
That's
listen to
not
me.
a
Just
hang
listen to me
up.
for a little bit.
That's not a
I
hang up.
understand what you're saying,
That's
and
a
I do.
real thing that they
I
can
do
do
understand what you're saying.
without the government being
I
involved.
agree. I definitely agree with you. I do. What I want to say with this is that we've subscribed.
𝗖𝗂ance, good morning. How you doing, brothers?
Greetings, brother.
I just wanted to say this, man. I wasn't even gonna come up here.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Let Isaiah finish his point. Then it's gonna be on you.
Yeah, just hold it, man, because I want to hear what you got to say, brother. I really want to hear what you got to say. But let me let him land his plane. Be quickly too. Be
That's
quickly
fine.
too, Isaiah.
Go ahead, man. I'll land it. Don't worry. Go ahead,
Okay,
bro.
go ahead. He's deferred the floor to you, brother. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Amadaj, go ahead and unmute your mic, brother.
Yeah, man. All I was gonna say, man, real quick, is I was in a panel earlier, and I mentioned that we go over there and they tax us, and the lady came up with an excuse, and that's one thing I'm sick of hearing when it comes to Foundation Black Americans. Everybody got an excuse for us. We can't give reparations as an excuse. Oh, we're not ready. This is a mayor of Newark just got arrested for illegals. But he can protest for them, but he can't get arrested for reparation to people that voted for him. So a lot of times people give me these excuses instead of just owning it. They say, yeah, that's fucked up. We in Africa need to do better. They don't say that. They'll say, oh, well, they poor and all this. Okay, we poor, but ain't not one Foundation Black America run up on Africans and rob them or unalive them or charge them an extra fee because they're not from America. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it
I'm
100.
on though. Here, can I respond to that? Bro, you're still blaming other people that have nothing to do about how these people treated you amongst that, and then they're gonna put you up against other people within the diaspora. I know we don't want to hear that word, but what good does that do to us, right? Where we have to compete to find a middle ground in America, right? What FBA's
I need you to stay on point because you just went somewhere. I don't know what.
No, I'm saying whatever.
I'm gonna say it like this. I actually think what you are saying is that, and how I like to describe it, FBA is building their house over here, and too many from the continent have come over here and grabbed our 2x4 and ran it back to the continent to try and build their house. Okay, now when you speak to the diaspora, from my perspective, I try and look at it from a global perspective. In as much as I'm not discounting the continent and what they are going through. I understand that they have issues that they are working through, and they are going to have to work through them on their own. Just like we have to work on ours over here on our own.
Okay.
When we do this, then we can say, I can run over to Burkina Faso. I can run over to Mali. I can run over to Niger. I can run over to Nigeria. I can run over to South. I can run to these places because they've set themselves up to be in positions of power and or authority. But right now, too many on the continent have accepted what has gone down. Now, is it changing? I acknowledge it's changing. I fully acknowledge that it is changing. But I'm looking at this from a global perspective. Okay? I ain't saying all of them smooth too much. I ain't saying all of them. But they are moving in that direction. Okay? Yeah. But whereas over here, when we listen to some of our brothers in the diaspora come and talk about what is supposedly wrong in our community, And you don't think that we should be upset at that?
No,
That
of course.
is
Look, this is
that
what
is the issue.
conscious. Cousins. I got you. So yes, obviously that there's no relation with the standard of living, right, within the African diaspora, within the the American, Black American in America, and how my whole biggest thing is how we compare ourselves to the diaspora, and we don't compare ourselves to white Americans. We don't compare about the people that are holding us back. We instead join on the hatred of hold on.
I'm gonna take umbrage
Hold
with
on,
hatred.
just give me a chance. I think not the patriarchy, but the patriotism, right, of American has us in a situation where we're gonna look at everybody and why they come here but African Americans in America, right? We have ancestors, right, and they are African, right?
Isn't there a patriotism in Africa that y'all have and bring?
There's tribalism, right? There's tribalism, brother. FBA, yes, of course, brother. We got gangs. We got the Bloods and the Crips here. There's tribalism here
but that's
too.
not it. Hold on.
No. I'm just saying. There's
no. You can't say that, brother. I'm tired of guys.
Why not? Why can't I say that?
Because it's not based in reality.
That's not going to hold down the FBA family, though. I'm not going to hold that against everybody.
No, brother. The Bloods and the Crips.
But we're going to call the tribes against us.
Listen, brother. The Bloods and the Crips are not a tribe. Get that through your head. Do you call a Nigerian gang a tribe? Because you got a Nigerian gang out there, sir. You got African gangs out there, sir.
Brother. Within a tribe, you need your warriors, right?
Do you call them a tribe? Answer that question. Do you call a gang a tribe in your homeland?
It's tribalism.
No, there's tribalism and then there's gangs, sir. There's tribalism.
No, well, come on.
They are not the same thing, are they?
No, they're not.
Tribalism and gangs the same thing.
Similarities are
we got our Bloods and Crips. That's the 90s, brother. We're not living in the freaking 90s. Do you understand that? How outdated your information is?
Oh, is it outdated? Is it extinct? Crips and Bloods are extinct?
Outdated,
My bad.
brother.
I thought they were
because they're not. It's
alive
not
and
like
well.
that, brother. Listen to me, brother. You can go to Compton right
Not
now.
FBA though. I'm not saying that's FBA, bro. That's not what I'm
now.
saying.
You can go to Compton right now and see a white woman jogging, sir.
What I'm saying is that's not the conclusion of FBA. You feel me? Just like tribal wars in Africa are not the wholesome of Africa, bro.
Tribalism is the. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what y'all narrative and what y'all are known for right now.
Okay,
Tribalism. That's
all right. Well, we can play the same game back and forth, but how do we build?
Tribalism. We can't build on. See, that's what I'm saying. We can't build past tribalism. So you have to get rid of the tribalism in order to build.
Do you think all Africans are tribalistic?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's the part that you might be wrong in. There's no intellect. There's no intellect in Africans at all.
Brother, stop over talking the host. Listen, I'll let you speak. Your parents taught you tribalism when you got here, sir. It's passed down. It's generational. Your parents said, hey man, those are the blacks. We're not like them. We're African. Your parents said that, and they taught it to you. And guess what you're going to teach your kids? You're going to teach your kids the same thing, sir.
I'm American, sir.
Sir, you're going to teach your kids.
I have background,
You're going to teach your kids that those are the blacks.
Imagine me holding you as an
Those
African
are the
because you
blacks
have ancestors
over there, and we are African over here. Even though we're in America, you're going to tell your kids the same
Who are
thing.
your ancestors, brother?
You're going to pass that down.
Are Africans not your ancestors?
No. They're
Too
not.
much. No?
They're not my ancestors,
Who
sir.
are your
They're
ancestors,
not,
brother?
your ancestors.
Who are-
My
who are
ancestors are foundational black Americans, sir. That's
And
what my ancestors
what do
are.
foundational black Americans
when did your
say?
mother and father
Foundational
arrive
black
in the
Americans
United
say?
States of America?
Who do they say their ancestors from?
Brother,
Come on,
brother,
bro.
let me tell you, see,
Come
hold
on, we cannot deny that fact.
Let me fix this narrative for you, sir. I gotta mute you up because I don't want you to cut me off.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead and talk.
Let me
Sorry.
fix this narrative for you, sir. And this is what all Africans come over here. Y'all came over here believing the lie that the white man told you about what happened over here. But we have a totally different narrative that we haven't been able to tell because we haven't controlled the media outlets to tell, and we haven't controlled the school systems to tell. But my parents told me we were Blackfoot and we were Cherokee. That's what my dad and my mom told me.
I respect that.
That's coming from our ancestors right there. Why would they lie? Just like why would your ancestors lie to you and tell you you're Igbo, you're Yoruba, or whatever the hell you are? Why would they lie? Why would you let somebody in the who the colonizer tell you who you are, sir?
I hear you, sir.
Why would you do that?
My question to you.
My ancestors. So hold on. My ancestors are not African. When I do my DNA, even when I do my genealogy, nothing of it leads back to Africa. You've been conditioned to think that everybody black must come out of Africa when there's black people all
I do believe that African
globe, sir.
I do believe. My whole thing is black is a misnomer, right? It's been given to us. It's not a name that we should be proud of, my brother. You feel me?
Well, that's on you, sir. See, that's why you're not a
I
foundation.
get it, but you take the definition of what white people called us, right? You still hold the name. You still hold the name.
What white people call you. White people call you African. White people call you Nigerian.
They call me African booty scratcher.
Can I say something?
Too, right? So listen.
Can I chime in, bro?
Let me finish my point though, please. Too much.
Hey,
Let me land on this.
bro,
I'll let him talk. Go ahead.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I just want to say this. All people get their names after meeting new people. Because you didn't have a name for yourself until you met another group. Africa is named for Afri, either from the Kemetic or from the African Roman leader who came in.
Right.
So
Stupius
what I'm
Africanus.
saying is Europe get its name from Africa. The word Europe comes from an African word. So it's like people get names as they go along and they develop as people develop. And they have different circumstances, different situations. We as black people, we black and we proud. We went through a fundamental change with black. That's why I don't call nobody black who ain't from America. Because you can be African is descended, you can be melanated, but to say you black means that you hold those roots. And when you don't hold those roots, you don't understand what we mean when we say we black.
So can I tell you from my perspective, brother? So that I'm a linguistic major. I study language. I know you don't want to hear it too much, but here I'll let it be known just for you because I really do care about. I was born here, okay? I was not from Africa. I have parents from there, but I studied law. I studied some shit, right? And the names given to us, I just feel like we've been robbed of our language, my brother. That's all. I'm not even here to hold it down.
That's a fact, brother.
I'm not here to hold
There's nobody here that's going to dispute that.
Exactly, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Is your family from Nigeria, sir?
No, my dad's from Ethiopia.
You're Ethiopian, right?
Yeah. But let me get past this, bro. Let me land my plane. You can go. We fall short as a people because I think we're always trying to like impress some other culture that is not from our own. We take their names, we take the badges of slavery, and we make it our own. And as black people, we're so powerful, bro, that we take black, we take a synonym of Negro, which is a very derogatory term, and we make it our own, you know? And it's powerful because we're powerful. But at the same time, we fall. Have you ever heard of the forked tongue? We fall trapped to the spells that are given to us, bro, by white Europeans. And that's just some shit that I can never fall back to. I'll let you land on this, man. Sorry.
I'm just going to say this, man. I hear you with the N-word. I don't use the N-word myself, but a lot of times when people come up here, they do a lot of grandstanding where they try to make their point to be the most noblest point and go against what we're saying. We are who we are. Us calling us as black and proud is not a derogatory way, any kind of way. When you go to a black man or woman, we take black with pride. Black means beautiful. We say that in everything we are. So you got to study who we is first before you come up here.
That's what I said.
No, bro, chill out, man. Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Have you heard of the Black's Law Dictionary, my brother?
Hey, look, don't disrespect a foundational, bro. A lot of times, us straight foundation black men have a conversation. People want to come in here,
I'll let you
kind of
speak, bro.
lean to
My bad.
authority.
Go ahead. Go
They
ahead.
come in here and say they linguists. They say they have all this unknown knowledge, and how they gonna school us unknown
I'm not here to
confused black
school
folks
anybody.
how we need to
I'm not here
be.
to school you,
We
bro.
don't know what we talking about, I guess. But we trying to explain something to you, and we trying to get an
I got
idea that you don't heard of,
I
and
got
put it and put it into your head. So when we say we black and I'm beautiful, that means something resonant to every foundation black American, period. You don't even understand what I mean when I say that. The struggles we go through when we even say that phrase. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I just land on that.
I appreciate that, and I understand it because I've done it within my own community. You know,
How old are you, brother?
38, my brother.
Okay. Let me let my
So
brother.
here,
Keith
let me
have
land
it.
on this point, and I'll leave it at that. Because the brother, you're right. Like I can't ever put.
I got
I
some
can't.
homework for you too.
I can't. I can't ever identify the black identity as something that I can tell you what it is or what it is not. Right? Like I don't have the power to do that, and I will never put that on. When I said that, brother, when we empower ourselves, as when we empower ourselves, we're powerful. We can take something that was given to us that was dirty and empower it and make it an endearing term. And this is part of the language that we're caught up in. We want to be so proud to be American, but we speak the English language. And the English language is caught with nothing but spells, you know? So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I'll agree with that. Now that what you said, the last part was some game, but everything else was just word salad. But what you said at the end, that is just spells, exactly. I can agree with that. But here's what you need to do, brother, because you know, in you focusing on us, you forgot some things to focusing on yourself. Okay, first of all, brother, the way you talk, you don't talk African. You're speaking like a Californian, like a YT Californian. Like if we didn't know you were African, we wouldn't be able to tell that you were even melanated, brother, by the way you talk. Okay, that's number one. So that has been stripped from you. Okay, so when you go back to your homeland, we already know that they're not 100% rocking with you, brother. You're caught in an in between space right now.
I'm American, my
Yeah,
brother. I'm Californian, remember that.
Hey, bro, I
But
want
what
to see.
he's
I
saying
want
is if you
I
went
wanna
back
see
to the
his face,
continent,
bro.
you couldn't speak the language on the
Hey, look,
continent.
I want
Joe.
to
I
see
can
his face.
if I can relate my message to you, that's
Hold
all that
on.
matters,
Do
bro.
you understand what you just said?
I understand what you're
You
saying,
said
bro.
you're American because you were born here, right?
Yes. Is
But
that
that
not
doesn't.
what?
But hold on,
No,
sir.
I'm African,
Hold on,
regardless.
hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. No, you're not. You're not even African because the Africans don't fully receive you, brother, because you're born here and you have been Americanized. But understand this, sir. You're not American. You are a citizen. But you're not an American. An American, according to the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, is Aboriginal, Indigenous,
Copper color,
colored
bro.
races
I'm
found
copper.
here by Europeans.
Yeah.
That is an American. You're not an American by birth. You're American by blood.
How did
Hey, I
okay.
want to see him. Hey, can he show his face? Because I just want to make sure was he talking about how he all this. I want to.
Yeah. I mean, brother, you sound.
He's
like
already
you
seen my
sound like
face. This has
somebody who
already
grew
been a
up in
thing.
Orange
You already
County.
know.
You sound like somebody from San
But
Diego.
regardless, I know I
or
sound
Orange
like
County, sir.
whatever, but you don't hold people down on how they sound, my
No,
brother.
brother.
You know
I
that,
want you.
right?
No, I'm not holding.
If I want to
you
hear
down.
your voice,
I want you to hear. No, if I'm holding, I'm not holding. I just want you to hear yourself.
I hear what you're
as
saying.
you try to tell us who we are.
I'm not saying who you
And
are.
how
I
we're
respected
speaking
what you said.
English,
I respected who you
which is
are.
the Germanic language.
No, you
How
ain't
we're
respecting who
speaking
he is, my
English,
guy.
and you're looking down on us saying, "Well,
By
we don't have our
default, because
own
I'm
mother
African or I
tongue."
have an African
Because
parent.
hold on, brother, because you have your mother tongue, but we don't have our brother.
I
Let me
don't
say
have my
this,
mother
brother.
tongue, brother. I don't.
Okay, well,
I
That
don't speak my
that
mother tongue.
that there is that there.
And
So
if you went
again,
back
Wait a
to the
minute, time
continent,
out, time
how do
out.
you think
Hold
they would
on.
receive
That's
you?
what I'm
Let me
saying.
say this. Hold on.
You
I
don't
just
speak
listened to the
your
whole
mother
thing.
tongue is English.
Let me
The
make
English
one point
language
real
is
quick, bro.
hold
Let me
not.
on,
make
man.
one quick
Stop
You
it.
point.
went
One
from this
quick point.
whole thing from being I'm a linguistic to all this to you
I
need to speak your
studied
mother tongue.
That's what I'm
linguistics, man.
saying,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying.
Time out,
So
If
bro.
you
you
Hey,
can't
if
put
hey,
yourself in a
mute his
superior
mic,
if you
bro.
place.
respect what I studied,
Time
then
out,
Stop
bro.
over
that's
Time
all.
out.
talking
That's
the
all.
host. Stop over talking the host. You can't put yourself in a superior place, sir, when you're in an actual. We're not lost.
I'm not trying to
You're
put
the one
myself
who's lost,
superior
sir.
at all, bro.
You
No,
listen. You're the
I'm not
one
trying to do
that's
that, bro.
claiming to be an American when you're 100%
Born
African.
and raised, my brother.
Born and raised does not mean anything, sir. That's a citizen.
No,
You know,
brother.
I would say it to you like
Hey,
this,
bro. Can
brother.
I?
Paul
Hey,
was. Let
Bro.
me tell you what Paul was
All
in the
right.
Bible. Paul was an Israelite, but he was a citizen of Rome. He was not Roman.
hey, can I say something real quick, bro? I just feel like this is so asinine, and it's just it just shows you what happens all the time with Foundation Black Americans, where people come in and try to claim authority, and then just shown that they don't have none. He just lied up here. He said he
When
was
did
a
I try to
linguist.
flex
He
my
didn't just say
authority,
he
though?
didn't say
Let
I
him
just
finish.
study a language or
When?
two. I know one. He said that he
I
was an
studied
authority. They're like someone coming here and said that I'm a medical doctor, but then I never went to.
No,
But I'm not
my
board
brother heard
certified.
me when I said
Whoa,
spelling
bro,
and
calm
how that
down,
is
bro.
a
Chill out,
thing.
bro.
That
Chill
he
out.
understood that.
Chill out, bro. Don't try to filibuster me. Don't try to run around and weasel out of this one. You said that you study languages as if that was your field of study. You came
No,
over here to lord over us
no,
against the
not at
word
all. I'm here
black
to
and
build.
try to
I'm here
tell
to
us the
build, my
history of the
brother.
word black. Time out, bro. Let me speak. So as you said all of this, and we gave you so much time to speak, as if we don't get the same things on your channel, perhaps, but we gave you time to speak and placate your case. And then it came out, oh, I don't know my own family language. What? Then what languages do you know? You need to know more than one. So I'm confused on what your credentials are and your validity. So now all the stuff that you just said to me, I gotta throw it away, my G. I just keep it 100.
I
And I
speak
land on that.
Spanish. Spanish is my first language, and I speak English. Yeah.
Why is Spanish your
I could.
first
I
Bro,
language?
would
you live
only
in
say it like
California,
this to you,
and
brother.
they ain't nothing. I discount it. Give me another
It
language.
don't.
Why?
It don't matter.
No, no.
You're
I'm
right.
gonna say it to you like this, brother.
Hold on. I'm curious now.
Get
Why is Spanish your first language?
Because my parents spoke Spanish.
But they're Ethiopian.
No, my mom's she's Afro-Indigenous. My dad's from Africa, right? I grew up with my parents that spoke that native language. Not even language, it's colonized language, right? But they spoke indigenous language in
So
Mexico
you're
too.
not even full Ethiopian. So your dad's a full Ethiopian,
Yeah,
and your
half and
mom
half.
is
Half Afro.
Your mom's the Afro
It's all
Latina.
right. It's all right. I'm not ashamed about it all, man.
Oh
I'm
Lord,
not.
brother. I'm gonna say this like I
you
said
are
it before to cats
lost.
Out
like
of
you.
FBAs,
You
they
need to
always
sit in the back of the
listen,
brother.
listen.
You just need to sit in the back pew while
You
church
are
is going
lost.
on.
That's fine.
Do
If y'all
not
don't want
run
to
up to the
listen to anybody
pulpit,
else, y'all want to
brother.
hear
That's not what
yourself.
we're.
That's fine too.
Hold on, man. I gotta let my brother Petit Diablo, my Haitian brother, speak, man. Let my Haitian brother speak, man. Come on, brother. Say something.
Let me correct all y'all. It's not FB, it's FBH. Foundational Black Haitian. All y'all Haitian in reality,
Oh,
man.
dear
There you
Lord God.
go. There
Jesus
you
Christ.
go.
Come on, man. I let you speak because I'm thinking you're gonna say something that's really gonna bring something to the conversation, brother. Don't come with that
They don't
propaganda.
want to
It
hear
is.
where they're from, regardless of the fact. They want to know that they're only from America. It has nothing to do with anything tied to any other black people from across the diaspora.
Every Black American is really Haitian.
Oh
Go
Lord.
ahead and
They don't want to hear that.
discredit what I just
They
said.
want to know that there are stand.
Sure. How many
They want to
people have
know that
been on
there are
the island of
Americans and
Haiti?
only Americans.
Haiti
Haitians
used
are
to own the
Haitians,
whole
sir.
America, cousin.
They used to own the whole America. And
Yeah, we
when
used
was
to
this
run
time
this.
frame? When
You
was this
heard me?
time frame? When was this time frame? Give me some
He's getting
years.
this information from this woman on TikTok who telling everybody
No,
they're
no,
Haitian.
that woman don't know nothing.
She don't know
Okay,
anything,
so
bruh.
again, give me the years when Haitians owned America. What years were these?
like around 17 something, 16 something. Come on now, cousin, do
Okay.
your homework,
Wait a
man.
minute, wait a minute, bro.
Yamasee, hold on.
I'm
So
just
the
walking through the
Yamasee,
timeline,
so
okay?
hold
I'm
on. The
just walking
Yamasee,
through the timeline.
so hold on. The Yamasee, the Iroquois, those were all Haitians.
Everything was Haitian in America.
Okay,
We used to run that.
when did Haitian? Okay. Following your logic, when did Haiti come into existence? When was the island called Haiti?
It wasn't the island, it was the whole America connected to the island.
No, it wasn't.
The island was just a
The island was what?
the island was just a place that rich people go to.
When,
But in
okay,
America, we used to
so there
own the
was poor people
whole
in the
run.
United States, and all the rich people were living in Haiti. Is that what you're saying?
American
Couple.
Haitians are a big part of the black community in the United States. You know
Oh
that.
Lord, I'm not gonna listen to someone.
Too
You
much to
know
want to hear
that
that.
I'm not gonna listen
all
to someone
FBAs
who's
are
confused.
attached to
Even
the
too
African
much. You can
community
see
or
it. He's
part
Haitian,
of the
man.
diaspora.
Yeah.
Come on, my
Talking
brother.
about DNA
Davis, all
test
the
this,
way.
DNA test that.
How are
Cousin
we
is
ashamed?
Haitian.
How are we ashamed and try to
Just
throw
admit it
people
too
down
much.
about where they're from, bro? Come on. We're here to build, or we're here to
Just
turn each
because I
other
speak a
out.
little bit of your language,
White people
brother,
won the
doesn't
war.
mean I'm Haitian, brother. Just because
No,
I
when,
said you were Haitian, but for you to so defend yourself that you're not Haitian is the fucking problem.
Hold
That's
on,
the
just
fucking
because
problem.
no
when I get to
cursing, no
know a
cursing.
people, hold on, listen up. When I get to know a people, I show love to that people. When I go to Africa, I show love to Africa, and I get to know the people. I get to know the language.
Well, get
I
to know
rock with
me.
them.
Get to know us then.
I
Do
rock
it here.
with them.
Do it here.
But
Do
that
it
don't
right
mean
fucking
I'm
here.
them. Just because I got invited into the cookout of a few Haitian barbecues and Haitian settings and understand the people and the culture there, the food is awesome and all that stuff, doesn't mean I'm them. There are
How do you
checks and
treat biracial
balances.
people? How do you
There
treat
are
half
checks and
black, half
balances
white
that
people?
let
How do
you
you
know.
treat them? How do you treat
I
them?
don't treat biracial people any
Exactly.
different than I treat
So they
people.
are black, foundational black Americans,
No, they're
right?
not.
And they have a whole
It's
half white person
FBH.
to them.
No, they're
Please
not.
stop it.
No, they're not.
Nobody's rocking FBH over here, brother. Okay?
Nobody.
You disconnected
Nobody.
from reality, cousin.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
How are you
Do
going to
do
relate to them more than you do to your diaspora brethren? How?
Listen,
That
it's
is
not
not
that.
what
It's
we're
not.
saying in any way, shape, form, or
We
fashion.
like the Haitians. We
That's
like
what
Haitians.
it's not what you say. That's what
We
we
just
see.
don't like the again the tethered
Nobody
class, which we
Dr.
call
Umar up in
sambos
this fucking bitch.
in our culture. We got a name for them. We call them sambos. We don't like the sambos that we call tethers and coming over here saying what they're saying, and nobody from Haiti checking them.
Okay, fair enough. Tariq Nasheed, okay, he and I understand where he's coming from too, because that's what I want to get back to. I want to respect everything the black foundational black Americans that they have to stand up for what they have to stand up, because there is a bunch of Africans, other people that don't understand the American culture and try to infiltrate it, you know. And I do respect that you guys that you hold your own. Me growing up here, I got a lot of hate from so-called foundational black Americans because
I swear, if you go back to you got called an African booty scratcher as a child, and you don't
and I'm not even holding that
understand
back.
children doing children-like things.
Because most foundational black Americans had my back, regardless, right? They had my back against it all. So I have nothing but respect for foundational black Americans, bro. I just want to create a connection, but I always feel.
Do you think Byron Donald is helping the black community?
I don't know that person you just named, so I.
Byron Donald's the congressman.
Yeah.
From Florida.
Yeah, black congressman.
The black congressman from Florida. Do you think he's helping foundational black Americans?
Know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm going to tell you now. The answer is no.
Ibrahim, the same guy, that military dude.
What?
The military dude that went after Ibrahim?
We did not. Troy was not mentioned in my sentence, sir.
Wrong FBA. My bad.
All right, hey, man, Dr. No Job, man, come on, man, correct this brother, man, please.
They just want to say the Haitians. We were all Haiti. America was Haiti at one point in time. What peer
That's what I
review?
said. I didn't even stutter when I said it.
All right, I didn't interrupt you, did I? Did I? No, I
You
didn't.
wasn't on here. But go ahead, though.
Go ahead, OG.
Then
It's
let me know
fine.
when I can speak
Pity.
with no interruption.
He's
Yeah,
not an
you got the floor.
OG. He's just an old man. Don't call him an OG.
Why are you taking a shot at me? Do I know you? Why you gotta
No,
go
you
with this
want to
type of?
know me, though.
All right, let me know when I can
Let
speak.
him talk. Let the OG talk. Go ahead, OG.
Let Dr. No Job speak, man.
The name is Dr. No Job. Do not call me no OG or O. Dr. No Job, you got that? I don't know you.
Ah, that's better.
Like I said, you got any evidence to back up your claim that America would hate Haiti? What?
Dr. No Job, let me give you something to think about.
Let me finish what I'm
Since you
saying.
don't have a job, this is your job now. Go do your research and you will find out.
We're not to do
I ain't no
research
teacher.
required.
Go do some
If
research.
you can't
then
point
you'll find
somebody in
out.
the direction of the claim that you made, then it's
No,
only
cousin.
a claim.
Not,
We're all
He's Dr.
brother,
No Job.
if
He need
those-
a job. I'm giving him a
listen,
job.
Haiti became a country in like what 1700 something?
No.
not late, but not like 18. But I'm gonna say something.
18 something?
Obviously, let me say something. Obviously,
He's going to say
you're broke.
1804.
Yeah, something like that. Obviously, you're a broke individual. Dr. No Job don't mean I don't have no job, no standard job. I'm an entrepreneur. That's what it means. But the name go
I'm
over your
just
head.
playing with you,
All
Dr.
right,
No
cool.
Job.
I need you. All right, cool. I need you to tell me in layman terms what evidence do you have to back up your claim that Haiti was America? Well, give me the
Haiti
name of the book.
was America. When Christopher Columbus came, he said he discovered America. He never been to America. He was in Haiti.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that. Did not ask
What
you
did
that.
you ask me,
What
Dr.
book?
No Job?
Cool. What evidence?
What year was Haitians?
That's his job to go find out.
No,
No, it's your job to provide the
just
evidence
tell
to
him.
your claim.
Maybe you don't have the year.
You
but just
made
tell
the
him.
statement, and we're asking for proof of your
If y'all
statement.
don't let Dr. No Job finish speaking,
That is true. Let him speak.
That's all I'm asking is evidence to back up your claim. Maybe we got it wrong. I have no problem saying you got it right and we got it wrong. What evidence? What's the name of the book that could back up your claim? A book that peer review. What's the name of the book?
Okay. Look at the currency in, let me see, 14 something, right?
All right.
You're going to see the stuff is written in Creole, not in English, Creole.
but
So, okay,
Creole
let me ask you
started
this.
Creole
Let's
started
just say,
in the United States, sir.
well, let's just say Creole. Hold
No,
on.
because
Let's
it
just
was
say,
Haitian that was running.
Finish.
We
Let him land. Just
we
let
was
him
an
land.
let's just
imperial.
say, let's go with that one. Let's go with Creole. Okay. Was the people on that island speaking Creole before it got
They were
invaded?
speaking it everywhere.
Were you speaking English before Europeans came there and made you speak English? Like that's the same fucking
No,
argument.
That's not a viable argument, Isaiah.
Do you understand what he just asked? The people weren't speaking Creole until because Creole is a dialect of French and Spanish.
Right.
No,
That's what Creole
no.
is. Yes, it
They
is,
mix.
sir. Yes,
They
it is,
mix
sir.
all that.
Isn't it
But
It's
just-
Creole was
intermixing.
the
It's an
original language.
intermixing of three different languages.
Yes, it is, sir.
Cousin, y'all going by
when were they
what the white
speaking
people tell
Creole?
y'all.
See, we
I'm
speak
telling
a form. Hold
y'all.
on, we got a form of Creole here in Louisiana, brother. That's real Creole.
No, it's
That's the
not.
real Creole, brother.
It's like saying
No,
the real
it's
Your
English.
not.
You speak the
Creole,
real English,
your
bro.
Creole, your 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗁𝗁, your maboule, all that stuff, brother. That's rooted in more in French. That's an amalgamation of French. That's like our Ebonics here in America. That's like our AAV here in America. That's how we talk with our black accent here in America. That's what Creole is, sir. It's slang. And y'all
French
made
is
it
a
into
broke
a
down Creole. It's the
language.
reverse. They tell you French, Creole is a broke down French, right? But in reality, French is a broke down Creole.
Louisiana. That's
If you
about
go back
French.
So
in
the
the
people in
countryside
France were
now,
speaking Creole?
He said French is a broken down Creole. Did y'all hear that?
yes,
So
Yes,
the
that's what
people
I
in
said.
France were
yeah.
speaking
He knows
Creole. This is
linguistics.
what you're saying.
That's true.
Go to the like on the countryside, right? In the countryside of France, go there, you will see them people, the original people speak Creole.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a little proof on that.
brother. We got it.
Do study, cuz.
We see.
That's all you gotta do, study.
You see now.
Y'all going by
Now
FBS,
I mean,
FBH.
how can you speak on Haitian? He's telling you what it is, but you guys don't want to listen to it. You just
you're
want
lost. Go watch the movie.
Brother, all I asked for was proof. I didn't say anything against him. I just said I need proof.
to look. This is not. Maybe this is just his proof. You don't have to take it as your proof.
Isaiah,
you
this
know?
is your homework. You need to
Go
go
ahead.
watch a movie on
Yeah.
Netflix called Nigerian Prince.
I will,
you have
brother.
a better understanding of what's
I will
happening.
write it down right now. Nigerian Prince.
It's on Netflix. Just go check
got
it
you.
out.
I got you, bro.
Okay? Because man, you're lost, brother. You're the most lost person on the panel. You don't know whose side you with. You don't know if you need to rock with your Afro-Latino side, your Ethiopian side, or your U.S. American, whatever side you, brother. You're from California.
American. I'm Californian, bro.
And everything from you.
Whatever that is, I could tell you you're. Bro, I can say
I'm
the
from
same
California,
shit.
brother.
I can say the same shit.
I know,
But you don't want to claim your African side. Your ancestors are from Africa,
brother, my
regardless of the
ancestors
fact.
are from America.
No, where did the slave trade come from? That's the whole narrative of
You know,
FBA.
are you familiar with the Harvard study
that's the
of
narrative
the
of FBA? Stop it.
The biggest slave trade happened within the United States, sir.
Hey,
the biggest slave trade happened.
So you don't believe
they cut off the transatlantic slave trade?
So you're a Native American, right?
No, brother, I'm not. Brother, let me tell you, I don't even claim Native American, brother. I don't even claim any of that. I'm a foundational Black American. That's what I am.
Oh, you are MAGA to the hell of it, but you're just.
Can I ask you a question? What about Chinese people like Jackie Chan? Is he African too? Is Jackie Chan African too? Yes or no?
Elon Musk.
No. Is Jackie Chan African? Yes or no?
Do Chinese people come from America, or do they have to travel here?
Just answer the question. Is Jackie Chan African or yes or no?
No.
All right, hold on. The first Chinese was African, right? Right.
But Jackie Chan, you're talking about Jackie Chan,
right.
not a black Asian person.
No, he's talking about where the foundation started, sir.
Thank you. The first Chinese is African. How come you throw that down our throat?
Jackie Chan is that, brother?
But he's African.
No, he's not African.
If the original Chinese were of African descent,
they was African
and through multiple generations have transformed their physical.
So Jackie Chan can be African, but y'all can't be African? This is what the fuck I'm
No,
talking about.
Jackie Chan's not claiming to be African. Jackie Chan is claiming to be Chinese. He's not claiming to be African.
I like
they started out.
You know who was in that
as
Jackie Chan movie?
Africans.
Chris Rock, nigga. Chris Rock.
Hey man, don't use that word up here. There's nobody on here accepts that word as who they are.
A brother was there. That's all I'm saying.
What? See, that's what I'm talking about, brother. You don't get that path. You don't have the right to use that word, brother.
Oh, my bad.
That's not for you.
Oh, what? Because what? Because the FBA said it, not an African?
No, brother, because it's not for you. You don't come from that.
Because I sound white. That's what you guys are hung up.
No, brother, you don't.
You guys are hung up because I sound articulate. Sorry, bro, but I'm black.
I'm sorry. Do I not sound articulate to you?
To you, sir. That's disrespectful. That's a white supremacist mindset.
That's what I was saying at the beginning, my guy. I was feeling that energy. That's that. I'm not. We black and we proud over here, bro. So we stand on that. So through and through. So you can play around and placate, but the real come out. When you apply a little pressure, the real come out, man.
Come on, man. This is insane, man. You are the most lost person on the panel.
How you doing today, Dr. No Job?
I'm good, fam. I'm good. You know, when I heard him say that Haiti was America, and I'm like, what evidence you have to back that up? I gotta come up here and question that. Because again, we could got it wrong. So I would love for him to explain to us in layman terms what he's talking about.
He's trolling, man. He's trolling. He's not. He don't believe that. He don't believe that.
No, I'm not trolling. Hold up, I'm looking for it right now. I'm gonna give y'all evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
It's
some
Give me
evidence.
time.
Keep looking.
Give me time. Give me time. No, no, no,
This is
no.
We
why.
don't give you all the
But
time.
this.
You got all the
But this.
time.
But
You
this is
got a
why.
week if you need it. You got a week if you need it. Just come back with the info, please.
Right. This is what up there 300. This is why I asked the name of the book that peer review could back up their claim. That's why I asked you that. Because I could back when I say black people indigenous to America, I
I'm
could
looking
do
for it.
books that peer review off the dome. I don't have to do no research. If I got to research on it, I can't speak on it first. You see how that works? Do not speak on something you have no knowledge to back it up.
That's
We come
it.
to a panel like this, you come to the host going to question you, and the guest going to question you. Because that's that type of people we are. We want facts to back up what we're saying. I mute my mic.
Because we've had enough of I'm YT and I say so, even though it may not be coming from a YT person. So this idea of making a statement, making a claim, yeah, we're gonna want proof of that. If we're wrong, as Dr. Nojab said, we got no problem accepting that we're wrong. But you got to come back with the proof.
Yes, yes.
That's all
I'm
we're
gonna
saying.
give y'all proof. I'm gonna give you proof.
All right, let me hear from O'Finner.
Yeah, what's up? Too
Put him in
much?
the big screen. Hold on, put him
Bro,
in the big
I
screen.
just have
Put him in the big screen to show your evidence. Go ahead. So
Go
we
ahead,
have
Elder Chip.
a
When he get his
screenshot.
evidence, we'll put him in the big screen. O'Finner, go
Yeah.
ahead.
yeah, I just few questions for you and Dr. No Job, man. So I actually want to know what is your stance on the Afrikaners that just arrived in the United States. So what
We
you
don't
guys
care.
what are you don't
We don't
care?
care about 50 South Africans who are obviously not really refugees, but they are given that refugee status. They don't affect 50 South Africans don't affect anything in Black America for us to even pay attention to them.
But do you
Plus,
know do you
They're
know
a
the
distraction from the media
do you know
at best.
do you know the
plus, hold on,
time?
but listen.
They're
Plus, hold on,
firefighters
hold
for
on.
you guys,
Plus,
not
hold on,
us.
listen.
Are
Plus,
you
they can hold on. Plus, they cannot speak on our behalf. They can't get on Fox News and speak for us like Black African do. They cannot run for governor. And Black African, when I become governor, I'm going to eliminate Black History Month. They can't do that without being caught out being racist. Like the hosts say, we don't care about the 50. We worry about you cosplaying us. I land my plane.
Doug, listen, let me tell you something. Do you familiar with the term reproduction? Do you think they're just gonna be 50 forever or something? These people have to have kids, you know. They're gonna be in numbers, and there are more of them
They're going to
coming
mix
here into the
mostly in the
United.
YT
And listen,
society. So why are
they
we? They're
no
going to
listen.
become a part of the amalgamation of white America. They're not going to have anything to do with Black America. Now, are we going to
What
have to recognize that there's going to be some more upholding of the system of YT supremacy that they all get on code and do? Man, that's nothing new for us, sir. You act like that's something new. Like this is a new situation that we gotta focus on, brother. This is YT supremacy. We've been fighting it a long time. We can recognize it. We can call it out. We know how to combat this thing. That we're not worried. Our main focus right now is tethers. They're the biggest thing that hurt the Black community. You guys come over here and try to water down our lineage, and we're not. And we're saying that's never gonna happen. You're
And
not
this
gonna water down our lineage, sir.
And this
so
is
too much.
hold on. This is they birth rate a -0. It's a
Negative.
book of white fragility. You see, I backed that up with a book, the Haitian guy, the book of white fragility. You can read the book. So their birth rate is -0. Who cares? We worrying about you. You're telling that we worrying about. You're the biggest enemy.
Listen, these are the big players right now. You guys should be worried about them instead of African. But let me tell you something.
Brother, we're not taking advice
What
from
about
somebody who comes from a failed homeland.
what
First of all,
about
let's
they
get
come
that
in
straight.
here? Listen,
You telling
they
us what we need to worry about, that further proves that we
Okay,
don't
so
need to
all
worry about
Africans
it.
come from a failed home
listen,
state.
they
Like,
come
come
in
on,
here,
man.
they
Come
get in
on,
all
too much. Doing too
your
much.
welfare, they get in all your stuff that you're supposed to
The
complaining
same
about
thing y'all
African
get
You
when y'all
haven't
come
happiness.
over
told us
here.
anything that we don't know,
The
brother.
Nah,
same
no
thing
one's
y'all get when
holding. No
y'all come
one's
over
saying
here.
shit
But you
about.
sit
Come
it down
on,
here,
bro.
you don't
No
talk
one's
anything
saying
about
shit
that. But you
about
said, oh,
FBAs. We respect them. All right.
my brother, let me tell you, you guys should be worried because these people are
No,
about to get a major
no, no. You guys should be worried what's going
impact
on
in
in your
your
homeland.
life.
You guys
Let him get his sentence out before we jump. Let him get his. Let him express himself.
You see that guy?
Go ahead.
Tori, you need to worry about that, brother.
Well, hey, I can still love an African, right, and be American
why do
too,
you think
right?
we should worry about
But you're gonna who you gonna love here in
Tory
America?
is your messiah right now. You need
You
to
going for
rally
Donald
behind your
Trump? Is that
messiah
you?
right now.
Is that your guy? Okay, cool.
You need to
Then
rally
you-
behind Ibram Toure.
The thing is,
Who do you have as a black person in America as a president?
Hold on.
You don't.
I'm not even
You
talking,
don't.
talking to O'Ferner.
right? The thing is, you guys are the one that we should be worried about because you are the one that are trying to undermine his progress. Is that the problem?
No, the United States government is. That is
No,
not
no, no.
foundational Black
So you
American
can't
position.
separate.
Is the
You
general?
cannot
yes, we
separate
can.
yourself from the government if
Oh,
you have
yes,
your
we
back
can.
of that.
The
Is the
government
black
has
cannot
separated
have-
itself from us.
You cannot be for them and then also against them, brother.
Is
If you're
the
gonna
black
hate on all
general,
the
brother.
Africans that Donald Trump does, then there you go. If you're gonna bring white Afrikaners here to America and have them as refugees, then you go do that. All right. That's
Tell
as
me
black-
which
that's
which
as black as
foundational
they get.
Black American had the authority to make that decision.
Well, your president has, and
See, there
FDA
you go.
run
There
as
you
the
go.
president.
The
You guys are all
president
about
of the
America,
country
so-
did this.
so
This
eat
was
it.
not
Eat
something
that
that they
shit.
brought to the diaspora
So let me break
and
it
said,
down
"What
to
do
you
you
like
all
this.
feel about this?"
So let me break it down to you like this. There is Americans, and then there is America.
Man,
America is the corporation. American is the people. The corporation and the people are not the same.
so black is a corporation, right?
No.
A
No.
person. If you know legalese,
How
should
did you
know
twist
this.
that? How did
No,
you
here,
twist
here.
that simple
Let me-
statement?
Let me give it to you right quick because I studied
Linguistics
law.
guy just twisted
Remember
that into
right?
hell.
But wait, who make up the?
Lord.
Have you heard of the
Is that
Black's
the
Law
people? The people make
Dictionary?
up the
Have you guys
corporation.
heard that?
Everybody
Yes.
You guys want to know all the definitions of everything, but you
No.
don't want to listen to the Black's Law
Everybody
Dictionary.
know about maritime law.
I know about maritime law.
Everybody
Yes, it's in the
knows. Come on,
courtroom,
brother.
right? Right.
Come on,
So
brother.
black people in America have the worst time being in those courts, bro. Those courts are not for us. Unless you know that
What
language.
What new information are you giving us
Unless you
with
know
this?
that language and you can navigate yourself through that courtroom, then I'd give it to you. But it's not for us. It's a language not given
What
to
if
us.
you've never been in the
Queen's
court
English
system?
is not our language. The language you're speaking right now is not our language, my brother. It will never be.
No, brother.
Let me ask you a question since you want to go back here. When they got off the boat and they came here and they were speaking in
Who
their
got off
native
the
tongue,
boat? The Europeans?
you were speaking
Nah,
of back
nigga.
in the
No.
day when
Who got
slavery
off the
was
boat?
occurring,
Who got off
right?
the boat, my
This is
brother?
the time period in which you're speaking of when black people didn't know their language.
What black
Okay.
people?
This
Black
is-
people from Africa? Yes.
Yep.
Those people?
When they came here and they got off the boat, they knew their language. Okay? After their second child was born, that second child
From who?
barely
From the white slave
understood.
master? Like whose child, bro?
Why?
Stop it.
The African child.
They tore our families apart. What are you talking about?
So how can we possibly have learned the
Our
language?
family,
How the hell are you gonna assimilate yourself to their language?
our family. How are
Your
you? gonna-
last
how are you
name?
gonna-
You're ignoring
Your
the
names,
abuse
your-
that they.
Hold on.
You are willfully
Leave alone
ignoring
our
the
colonized
abuse that
nation.
occurred to make them learn this language. You are
How
willfully
are
doing
you-
that.
Hold on, let me say this real quick. How are you going to claim somebody is assimilated when you assimilated? You claiming to be an
I
American.
have assimilated. So
And
here,
you're
this is
freaking
why. This is why I'm
Ethiopian
telling you, my brother.
and
This is why.
Afro-Latina, sir.
I'm not
What
proud
the
of
heck
it.
is
I'm
wrong
not
with
proud.
you?
I am not proud. As well as you should not be proud of speaking English. Period.
What?
Exactly. Go look that up.
What?
Are you going to be proud of speaking English?
Brother, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. You just need to stop.
This ain't even small ball.
You're lost. I can refute, brother. I can swat everything
And
you're
speak
saying. like
English
a
all
swat
you
right
want, but
now.
you're not English. You're not English, bro. You don't come from Europe. Shut
Of
up.
course I don't, brother. I'm not English, and I don't come from Europe.
But
That's a
don't
fact.
claim it. Don't claim it, bro, my
That's a
brother.
fact.
We talk about
I've
spelling,
never
right?
claimed
We
that.
talked about spelling.
Exactly how are we supposed to
Talk about
communicate with the
coded
dominant
language,
society?
right?
And
Right.
how is the dominant society supposed to communicate with us?
This fool is insane.
Africa evil.
No, I am just saying, you know why? Because I'm telling you the truth, okay?
No,
And I
brother, you
love
don't
you
have the
enough to
truth.
tell you the truth. I
No,
love you
brother.
enough to tell you the truth.
Insanity does not mean truth is in you, brother. That's
I'm
not
not
what
insanity.
that
This is
definition
what white people would call us, right?
If you are speaking about
if we read the books
communicating
that we
with
were
one
not
another,
allowed to read, if we read the books we were not allowed to read, my brother, right?
What books are those? You just tell me, what books are those?
The
I would
law.
know.
Say we learn the English language good enough to call their shit out, right? Right? But you don't believe in other people to know that.
Brother,
How
you're
the
on
fuck
this
are we
black
gonna get
bar.
out of this
Listen,
hole?
brother,
How are we gonna get out of this hole?
You're on it, brother. No, how are you gonna
Nah,
stop playing
y'all
it?
in the hole.
Hey,
That's
brother.
what you
Hey,
need to
I
worry
got to
about.
drop.
We're
I
all
appreciate
in the
you having me
hole.
on your panel, bro.
We are all in
Much
the hole, my
love.
brother.
Foundation for
Not
life. Y'all
just you.
take care. Dabo.
All right, I'm
appreciate you, bro. Peace.
Appreciate you, brother. Listen, man, you need to figure out how you're gonna stop cosplaying as a Black American. That's what you need.
I've never cosplayed. I told you where I'm from.
You
I
need to
never
figure out
cosplayed as an FBA.
brother,
That's not my.
brother,
No, I never said
brother.
that.
Stop saying
I said I
we.
respected where you come
Stop saying
from.
us.
That's all I said.
Stop using the N word, brother. Just be who you are. But whatever your parents say you are, you be that. Don't be nothing else. Don't come over
I'm
here
never.
thinking you.
Yeah, I'll
you're
tell you
one
that.
of
I'm not
us,
trying to
brother.
cosplay an FBA. I'll tell you
We're
that.
not. We're not the same. Oh, we
It's
know,
a
brother.
fictional.
Because
It's a fictional
we
character.
know. We
It's like
know.
blackface.
No,
It is
brother.
like blackface. You know that.
No, brother. Let me tell you. What's black. Blackface is you. You're
You
blackface.
speak an English language, bro.
You're
You're
blackface.
not
That
from
why do you keep
anywhere.
going back to the language?
No, because that's what
about
you're
the
speaking.
language that you're talking about or what you're trying to throw down. Your mindset is based in confusion. It's not in what reality is, sir.
It's not my reality, but I
Brother,
respect y'all.
brother, you
But
can't.
you
No.
y'all
You
want to
can't say
keep
you
bringing me
respect
down.
us. You
All
can't.
right.
You can't say you respect us, and we keep telling you who we are, and you keep going back to this.
I
fucking
kept
black
trying to tell you
law
how I
thing.
respect you, but you keep telling me
you're
I'm not
blacker than us.
anything part of you. I'm not anything like you. So go ahead.
Those
You're
were
not,
your
brother.
words.
You're not,
No,
brother.
no, no. That's what he's saying.
You came up here and said you're from
I said I
Ethiopia
respected
with
FBA.
a
That's what I started off
Spanish
with.
California accent.
Sorry to
But
tell
you
you
said
where I'm
you're from
from, my brother.
Ethiopia.
Sorry that you used that against me, my brother. My bad.
No, brother.
My bad to share. My bad to share some truth about myself that you're gonna share
You
it.
don't have to say nothing, brother. We can hear it.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
can hear it.
Because I'm
You
a white
sound
boy, right? I
Hispanic.
sound. I'm
That's
not.
what you
I
sound
do
like.
not sound
You sound
like the way you want me to
Hispanic.
sound. You sound like white people.
Sound
Yeah.
Hispanic, sir.
I'm
You're
not
the one
speaking
who's
Spanish to you, my brother.
African, claiming whatever
Right.
you, brother.
So black
claiming
people
you're
can't speak Spanish.
American.
Black people can't speak anything but English, a
No,
colonized
brother.
language.
Brother,
Great, great, great.
you
Awesome take.
sound
Awesome take, bro. That's
Hispanic.
ignorance. That's fucking ignorant.
What is the main language on the American continent, on the North American continent?
It's not English. There's no.
What is
there's
it?
no. There's no valid language.
What is it?
No, there's
I
no.
said the
language.
main language,
There
sir.
is no main language to the fucking American
really?
continent. Yes, go look it up.
So you telling me if
There's
I was
not
in
an
Maine
official language
and
to-
speaking,
there's no official
I couldn't
language to
go
America.
to Utah and speak the
It's
same
half
language?
Mexican. It's half Spanish. All the names here
I
in the city.
said the main language by which we
You're
all
listening,
communicate
right?
on this
You hear me?
continent.
I already said it.
So why do you
It's
keep
not
bringing up
English.
English? Because it's
It is
about
not
communicating
English. We are not in
and
England.
and
We are
sharing
not-
your message.
We are not.
I
in
do not
England.
understand why language is an issue for you.
You're lost.
No, it's
If you were in France,
No,
you,
guys
if
only
an
know one
African,
language.
if a
No,
continental
one
African went
language.
to France,
Congratulations. You know one language, bro. Congratulations. FBAs know English. You guys are Americans. Only know.
You're lost, sir. You're
That-
lost. Don't come off. Don't come
What is
off.
that gonna do for y'all?
If I mute you,
Got two. Hold
don't
on.
come off.
We,
Don't come off of mute, brother. Just
we
stay on
speak
mute.
one. We speak one colonized language. You speak two. What that make you again? Yeah, that what? Yeah, that what? Come on, man.
Colonized twice.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. At least we know the language that we speak. You're not confused about this. You're not black. But you know, in the real world, you're in the barbershop using the N-word, it wouldn't be good for you, to be honest with you. You're a Latino. Most likely you're a white Latino.
You identify as black, right? So you already called you called yourself the colonizing language right there, bro. You already felt in part of that. So that's your spelling. That's your curse, not mine.
Okay, cool. But you're a white Latino, so you got
I'm
no
not
feelings.
white at
You
all.
are
I'm not
white.
white at all.
You
I'm
are
not
white.
white at all.
Cam up. Cam up.
Turn your camera on. I bet you $1,000.
Cam up.
Come on,
Prove
take
us
your
wrong.
camera.
Cam up.
Prove to us. You're not dark like a marble of Negro. I bet you that.
Cam
Not like
up.
Fat Joe could
Yeah, yeah.
Cam up,
Hold
Ethiopian.
on. I'm
Cam
going.
up.
Hold on.
But too much. Do you know you guys never have an official language? Trump just gave you guys an official
We
language
do.
in the
We got
United
Hold
States.
on, brother. We do have an official language.
No,
We
but
do
the
Trump
have
just did
Tuttonese
it.
is one. We got
English.
Tutton. We got lingua
brother.
Tutton.
We have a language. We don't all speak the language, but we have a language.
What's the language? What's the language? Tell me.
Tutton
FBA
English.
language. Tell me the
Look at you. I
FBA's
just said it.
original language,
All right,
please.
all right, all right. Tony,
Dr.
put him
No
in the
Job
picture.
just said it, brother. Just because you don't know about it don't mean it don't
All right.
exist,
Tell
brother.
me now, since
But
you
wait,
know
wait,
it.
wait.
Tell me now.
But do you know what is the language?
He just told you. Did you not hear him what he said?
That's not a language
Yes, it is. Oh,
because
my
he's not speaking worldwide.
It's not a
That's not a
language.
language.
Like the white
That's
man
a
ain't saying the
no.
language.
That's a
Brother,
dialect.
we have
So
a
you guys
language
confirm
called
that's a dialect.
Tuttonese. We have a language called Tut.
How
That's
many
our
countries?
language. That's a foundational
That's
Black
an African
American language. That's
African
not an
language.
African.
No,
That doesn't come from Africa, brother. That doesn't come from Africa. That comes from
Oh, that was a
America.
cut. You said cut.
That's our language, sir. Tut does not come from Africa.
Facts.
That is America.
Facts.
Nigga, then speak it. Speak it.
It's speak
Right
by
here, look,
how much? How
right
many?
now, listen.
47
Right
million
now,
people.
kiss. Hold on. Let
It's
me
only
start.
speak by for.
Hold on. Let me listen, everybody. Kiss my ass. Go back to Africa. That's it right there. You got it?
This is
You
your
want to hear?
racist ass.
You
This is
want
what white people do all day.
You want to hear
OG,
a Tut
you
language?
are a scum of the earth for
Hold
even
on.
saying
You want
that,
to
bro.
hear a Tut
You're
language?
xenophobic, and fine, be like white people, bro, all day. OG.
Xenophobic.
Yeah, xenophobic. You're not from
Xenophobic.
America. You don't speak English. You are worse than Donald Trump. You're worse than all these KKK people, bro. You
Are
are
you a
Uncle Tom.
Democrat?
You're the
You're a
Dave
Democrat?
Chappelle. You are the
Hold on.
Dave Chappelle of
Can you
hating
mute it for a second? Can you mute it for 1
Period.
second, please?
Period, OG.
Hold on. Because first of all, he never read the book Uncle Tom. 'Cause Uncle Tom was a good person, right? It would be Sambo, you idiot.
You Uncle Ruckus, idiot.
Now, thank you. This is a Latino calling somebody Uncle
Nah,
Ruckus.
this is a
All right,
black
hold on.
person that
Listen,
speaks
hold on.
Spanish. Did you know that they exist? Black people that speak Spanish. Do you know they exist? Don't be ignorant.
All
Do
right,
you
my
have
thing-
impulse control at all?
But check
He
this out.
doesn't.
Dr. No Job said
He doesn't.
African people in the go to their homeland with their
I
skill to
cammed
build.
up. Look at my
Oh, man.
people. I cammed up for y'all. Look at my people.
Brother,
Can you mute him, please?
Stop it. I don't want
Get
to hear that
yourself
bullshit.
in a room where that picture is not messing you up, brother, so we can actually see you because you don't look like you
Bro,
can.
I'm
like
in
you
the
got
picture. Go look it up. Go put me
right.
put me on the big cam so you
All
can
right,
see
all
my
right.
people.
Well, let me
Yeah.
say this.
Can I say something? Is he calling English a colonizer language?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What do you think Spanish is?
Obviously.
He's white.
Both.
He's white. Look at him. He's
What do you
white.
think
So
Spanish
you don't
is?
know an
Spanish is a
indigenous language, right? I'm
colonizer
African too,
language.
right? My parents are Afro-indigenous.
Do
They
you-
know
do
an
you,
indigenous language.
Dr. No Job asked you a question. Do you know? No, it was too much. Do you know what Tuttonese is? Do you know
Patanese?
what? Yes.
No, I know other African languages.
That's not an
besides.
African language. That was a language that our
Then
enslaved
speak it,
ancestors.
sister. Speak it for me, please. 'Cause I
No,
don't.
that's Tuttonese.
All right, since you know it, then tell me
You're being
something.
schooled. Tuttonese is
All right.
a language that our enslaved ancestors created. Has nothing to do with Africa.
So we're not slaves, okay? You go ahead and hold that title to yourself that you were.
You and your people
So
were never
that's your-
tied
that's
to
your
chattel
shit.
slavery
No,
in
no, no,
America,
that's what
correct?
they say in America,
you were never
too.
tied to chattel slavery.
That's
because
what
you're
y'all
not from
ancestors
our
are.
lineage.
FBAs
How you
are
gonna
ancestors
speak
of
on our
African
lineage?
enslaved. That's what it's
You're-
already
you're-
on there.
you're a Latino.
𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀 would tell you.
You're a Latino. You from the Latin.
Every
You
sister.
from
Just
the
'cause I
Latin
speak the
islands
language does
and
not mean I'm
south-
from
and
there.
south of the
Just
border.
like you speak English, but you're not England.
You're not
You
a
don't come
part
from
of our
England.
language. You're not part
No,
of our
nah,
lineage.
you're
What
not
are you
English.
talking about?
This guy is not doesn't deserve to be on the big screen, man. This guy is a joke.
So I showed you my
Talking
family.
about.
I told you where I come from, but I'm still a joke. Y'all a joke because y'all want to stick to the English language and claim all the shit
Brother,
that you
you're
claim.
still speaking
So what
English.
language
Not
would
even,
you
you're
rather
not
have
even
us all
people.
speaking?
What are you talking about?
Listen. What language you
Not
think
a
we gonna all
European
speak?
language, not a white language.
Which one are
Fuck
we all
that.
going to speak? Since there are
Fuck
54
that.
countries on the
Nah.
continent of Africa, and
Y'all
they do
can't
not all
claim to
speak
be
the same
original. You
language.
cannot be claimed to be original and speak
Spanish
European
is
language.
a European language.
It's a
sir.
spell. It's a spell. You're cursed already. You know that, bro.
Spanish
What
is
the
a
heck is he
European
even
language.
talking about?
He's at this point in time, I all I hear is word salad, and occasionally he throws in language, and he stays on language as if this is some sort of defining point.
Nah, y'all want to hate, and it's okay. And I'm not even hating. I try to make I try to show you how I know the condition that we're in America, but I'm not FBA. I'm African, right? I speak Spanish. I have nothing to do with FBA, so I can't even speak on it.
Okay, do me a favor, sir. I want you to travel to Ethiopia, and I want to see how they receive you, sir.
I'm traveling there in June, and I got property, and I'm happy to go over there and claim it.
And how do they treat you over there? They treat you African? They treat you like an African over there?
Let you know as soon as I get over there.
Exactly. You're not even accepted, brother.
But why would you think that? You're not accepted here in America with Europeans. Shut the fuck up, FBA.
Stop.
Look, no, too
Go
much.
watch the
You
Nigerian
think you're
Prince.
accepted here by white
Go
people?
watch
Shut
the
up.
Nigerian Prince, sir. No, brother.
They're gonna accept me. You know why?
I'll tell you where I am.
You know why? Maybe they won't accept you because you're a hater.
I am accepted, brother. I'm accepted in my Black American communities, brother. I know when I walk these streets, they're like, yeah, come on. I know I'm approved amongst my people, but I know when you walk amongst yours, brother, they looking at you like, oh, you're a lick. We gonna scam this brother.
You see my people, bro. These are the people I roll with. Stop it, bro. I have.
Brother, you're lost.
The Pan-African.
Bro. You don't have the community I have. And I'm with FBAs. So shut up.
Brother, you have a weed bowl for a community, brother.
I love my people. I will always love my people. I love you without you loving me. Fuck that. No. I got love.
Your community is the non-surfer community that
it's an FBA community.
Hey, bro.
So FBAs don't surf? What the fuck are you saying? You're listening to your colonized language right now, bro. You don't know what you're saying.
The big foreheads and the squiggly hairline. That's your community.
Go look at the sisters, bro. Go look at them.
That's your community, sir.
Yeah, okay, great.
That's your community.
Look,
sir.
you want to play the stereotype? You do worse than white people do to us, bro.
That's your community,
FBA.
sir.
That's what you're representing, right?
Nothing to do over here, sir. You hung around some black
Foundational black African. Foundational black African, remember.
You hung around some black people and you thought you could say the N-word, but you're not from the culture, sir. You're not of the struggle. Okay? You're pretty much...
You are more white than white people I've ever
been. It's like he took some stuff from the American Indians and then try to incorporate it in some Pan-African bullcrap.
You're a generic Spaniard.
Y'all hate to know that your house Negroes, coons, Uncle Ruckuses all fucking day.
Oh, so you're just trying to get the lie taken down at this point.
There you go. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Our culture. Because if he understand what a house,
go look at real black people in America that don't hate on us.
They the ones that got a lot of people through the Underground Railroad because they were the main ones that was escaping. That's how I know you don't know our history.
So
no, he ain't got a clue. He openly admitted to that part.
Hold on, the live has been flagged. The live has been flagged.
We're gonna have to get quicker when we start seeing those types.
This is what happens. He won.
They gotta get dropped because that's the whole thing. We can't even. Let me say this: when we engage with brick walls, we look ridiculous.
This is what this
can't talk to those kind of people. You know why? Because they're beneath us. I said what I said. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. So
no more punching down.
I gotta restart the live because he got the live flag. That's exactly what he wanted to do. You see why he's laughing in the comments. That's exactly
why
what
is he even still here.
So I fell for it again. I try not to do this. I should have never brought that dude back up.
He doesn't even need to have access to your live too much because you know what? This is a privilege. That is not acceptable. I vote get him out of here. Out.
We're about to block him right now because that's his whole thing. So I got to restart the live. So just come
Okay.
back. I'm gonna restart the live. Just come back because he got the live flag. So let me just
Sounds
restart
good.
the live. I'll be right back.
Y'all make sure and come on back.
Yeah, come back.